Inspiration in perspective. Express yourself.
Good morning, my neighbors.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Doubt and fear, there is a name you can call upon, a faithful God who won't leave you alone. When the burden feels too hard to bear, and it seems like no one really cares, lift your voice, heaven hears your cry. Help is on the way, don't you deny. From his holy place he will respond. Strong tower, may he send you help from his sanctuary and give you strength in your weakest hour. When you call, he will hear you, he will never let you fall. May the Lord answer you, may the Lord answer when you call. When the battle rises up like a flood and you're standing trusting in his blood, he will be your shield and your
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And he won't forget, your breakthrough is coming yet. From his holy place he will respond. You are covered, you are standing strong. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of God be your strong tower. May he send you help from his sanctuary and give you strength in your weakest hour. When you call, he will hear you, he will never let you fall. May the Lord answer you, may the Lord answer when you call. The name of the Lord is a refuge, the righteous run in and are saved. No matter the trial before you, his power is greater than the grave. Call his name,
Call his name,
he will answer.
he will answer.
In your weakness,
In your weakness,
there is power.
there is power.
May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble, lift you high above every struggle. May
The
he
Citi
send you
Breakfast
help
Show.
from his
Rise above the
sanctuary
noise.
and restore your hope and make you whole. When you
This
call,
is the Citi Breakfast Show.
he will never let you fall. May the Lord answer you. Yes, the Lord will answer when you call. He will answer in your day of trouble. Just call his name. He will answer you.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi
In the day of
97.3.
trouble, when the storm is near and your heart is filled with doubt and fear, there is a name you can call upon, a faithful God who won't leave you alone. When the burden feels too hard to bear and it seems like no one really cares, lift your voice, heaven hears your cry. Help is on the way, don't you deny. From his holy place he will respond. You are never ever on your own. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of God be your strong tower. May he send you help from his sanctuary and give you strength in your weakest hour. When you call, he will hear you, he will never let
Yes. When you call, he will hear you.
Lord answer.
In the day of trouble,
Lord answer.
may the Lord answer you.
When the battle rises up like a flood.
33 after 6 on a Wednesday morning, 29th July 2026. And we are told to expect thunderstorms with rain because it will persist over the western flank of the northern sector and parts of the transition belt this morning, while slight rain will affect parts of the coast and a few inland areas during the morning and afternoon. Under mostly cloudy conditions across the country, patches of mist will form over the forest and mountainous regions during the early morning hours, as we have seen this morning. And then over the north, intervals of sunshine are expected during the afternoon, and thunderstorms with rain are likely later in the evening, extending to parts of the transition and middle belt. So if you on the road, please be safe, be mindful. Yeah, but the whole of last night, okay, not the whole of last night, but for the, I woke up to Charlie Lighthouse.
He will hear you, he will never let you.
And it turns out this was a big part of the city was affected by the power outage. We've not had any message from ECG Gridco yet, but we'll get into that. I'm sorry.
Yes, there's a statement.
There's a statement now. Okay, so we'll get into that on the news review.
You'll find peace in his presence.
Yes, but we're grateful to ABSA for helping us bring you this inspirational song that the Lord will answer you in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob will be with you. Yes, Leslie Monza. We love it. Now, going green is not just about saving the planet. It can save you real money. Install your solar panels, cut down your power costs, get an electric vehicle, and reduce what you spend getting around. Switch to energy efficient equipment, lower the cost of running your home or business. And the best part is ABSA Bank can help you finance all of it. ABSA Green Finance Loan gives you what you need to make it happen. So walk into any of our branches, ask about the ABSA Green Finance Loan today, and say yes to a greener tomorrow. ABSA Bank reminds you to shine your eye to avoid being scammed. Your story matters, ABSA. Good morning, Sky. So what is ECG or Gridco saying is the cause of the outage we experienced?
Yeah, good morning. Novila Kefanama.
I'm trying to jump through the process. I'm sorry.
Ancestral practices, there's some wisdom in it. If you want to be choke, Jay-Z 2x4, and then if you there, I will tell you, say, oh, maybe some problem there. So you see that we would solve the problem. But you know, it's just going on.
Straight to the thing like that.
And because Gamma you.
Yeah, I see that.
I see. Anyway, good morning, people. So,
good to see
this
you.
statement came in a short while ago from Gridco. It's titled Power System Disturbance, and it's dated the 29th day of July 2026 for immediate release. And it says the Ghana Grid Company Limited, Gridco, wishes to inform the general public that the National Interconnected Transmission System experienced power system disturbance at approximately 3:11 a.m. on Wednesday, the 29th day of July 2026. Now, the disturbance resulted in the simultaneous tripping of some generating plants across the national power system, leading to interruption of electricity supply. Now, Gridco has activated its established system restoration procedures. Our engineers and system operators are working continuously in close collaboration with power sector stakeholders to restore power within the shortest time possible without compromising safety. Now, at the same time, a comprehensive technical investigation has commenced to determine the precise cause of this system event. Now, Gridco sincerely apologizes for the inconvenience and appreciates the patience and understanding of the public during this period. We remain fully committed to restoring supply to all affected customers as quickly and safely as possible, and will provide further updates as more information becomes available. And this is signed by the corporate communications section or issued by the corporate communications section of GRICO. So that's the update. The power system faced some disturbance at approximately 3:11 a.m. this morning. And GRICO officers or technicians and all the people who are experts in the space are working around the clock to bring power back as quickly as possible. But again, they are also talking about safety because it has to be safe to bring it back. So they are working to do it as quickly as possible while it's at the same time.
Just don't know how soon enough they can finish
exactly. So they will update us as they go along. Meanwhile, they are also investigating the reason why this particular disturbance happened. So kudos to them.
Is here as well. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Major Caleb.
By
the grace of the Almighty
God. So let me start online. The story we just brought you.
It looks like
we have scanty papers today. And so if you go to City Newsroom this morning,
just the newspaper, then you do
the online.
Widespread, yes, that's fine. So let me just take this one. Widespread power outage hits parts of Ghana. Fred Tete-Jabana writes on citynewsroom.com. The other stories here. PwC declining inflation should translate into cheaper loans. Wuntumi Akonta Mining appeal 20-year jail sentence in Summer Boy case. Government launches labor migration campaign to prepare youth for overseas jobs. And then the Ministry of Communications has donated 2,000 laptops to UG for the 1 million coders program. His Jataship. They've donated to the nation's hope and glory. Now, Adjoa Safo Akufina issues. Don't disrupt our father's funeral. This is Adjoa Safo warning her brother. We heard her on the news earlier this morning. We're hoping that there will be truth soon. Ibrahim Mahama steps in to fund return of Ghanaians from South Africa. And of course, my father's funeral date came from Otumfo, not me. This is Adjoa Safo speaking here. There are more stories. Okay. ICS heads to Supreme Court to enforce ban on dog cat meat consumption. ICS is not giving up anytime soon on this agenda. So that's citynewsroom.com.
Yeah. Yes. Let me now take you to Chronicle because the big story there is also talking about the whole brouhaha over the late Apostle Safo. The big story says, ignore Akofena, Apostle Safo's funeral not cancelled, says Adjoa Safo. Also on the same front page, Apostle Kojo Safo, life beyond the ordinary. And then something here again that says, Dagbon delegation officially informs Ochehene of Yana's passing. If you go to the Daily Guide, the big story again about Apostle Safo Kantanka family split over Kojo Safo's funeral date. There are photographs of the two leading family members here together with the photograph of the departed. Also the front page this morning, courts to be automated nationwide. This is coming in from the Chief Justice following yesterday's 150th day, anniversary celebration of the life of the Supreme Court. Also on the front page this morning, pastor arrested for fraud and sharing nudes of alleged victims. And then something here that says, police fire gun at Techiman Krobo nursing students demonstration. 4 people, we are told, have been arrested, essentially students of the school. Now, if you turn to the news center this morning, Giadek Ibrahim Mahama denied Valco takeover. But what is the way forward for the $600 million investment required if workers are opposed to strategic investors? So the analysis is in there. Also on the front page this morning, Goldfields, 74% of Takwa Mines value stays in Ghana again over demands that Pinto people. They say that don't renew the thing. They are also saying they have done enough to merit a renewal. Some other stories this morning. Nearly 2 million Ghanaian youth idle. This is according to Ghana Statistical Service. The story about the nursing trainings demonstration and the accusations they are making against the police following yesterday's demonstration also makes the front page of the news center. If you go to the custodian, chiefs invoke deities to fight Galamsey as government fails to act. We hope that the deities will be doing what they must do and deal with the people who are misbehaving. Also on the front page this morning, the story about Goldfields fighting to retain Takwa mine also makes the front page. Jobless economic growth means nothing to Ghanaian youth. This is coming in from Dr. Gideon Bwako of the New Patriotic Party.
Right.
I turn now to the soft copy of the Herald newspaper. We don't have the hard copy
because they follow up with the story we focused on yesterday, and they say sleeping FDA confiscates fish processed under unhygienic conditions after viral video. So the FDA has been to some work and won't meet lawyers appeals 20-year illegal mining conviction. Goldfields insists 74% of Takwa mine revenue stays in Ghana, and ECG's 170 million Ghana cedi unapproved spending under Dubuque Mahama uncovered. Fresh accountability questions confront Jinapo Ayine and others.
Okay, let me bring you a soft copy of the Daily Graphic. Front page, Gabonese president in Guema on 3-day state visit. And then Valco needs strategic investor to survive. That is coming in from Giadek. And don't leave autistic children behind. GT Bank drives social change. Let me take you quickly to channel1newsonline.com. And Ghana's economic recovery remains vulnerable to external risk. That is coming in from PwC. And Sam George calls on private sector to support government's 1 million coders program. And constitutional amendment did not bar Akofna from church leadership. Christo Asafo, lawyer, speaks on that. And Bukom crash, family demands justice after 22-year-old's death.
All right.
Okay.
More stories. Let me take you to the High Street Journal. Ghana's building cost pressures ease, but plant inflation emerges as key area to monitor. We'll bring you details. Apinto youth revolt against Chiefs Goldfields exit campaign. Say mining giant must stay. So interesting battle of interest there. And Super El Nino, right? A major risk threatening to derail Ghana's economic recovery, Fitch says, and hermetic storage technology could help Ghana cut post-harvest losses, experts say. Details are here. And there are other stories. If you go to myjoyonline.com, Gridco begins restoration after early morning power system disturbance hits national grid. Don't rush this law. Nkrumah demands farmers be heard before cocoa bill is passed. Murder suspect dies in hospital after leading police to alleged burial site. Wontumi challenges conviction, files appeal against High Court judgment. New cocoa pricing formula will leave farmers west of this is upon Nkrumah warning, and there are other stories here as well. AI is now the only effective way to counter cyber crime. This is a cyber security analyst. Let's get into details, gentlemen.
So I want to start this morning with the story concerning Valco because it seems to be still making a headline. Yesterday we brought you some angles of it. You go to the news center and the story is there on pages 6 and 7. And the story is by Elvis Dako and the analysis thereof. And it says that the controversy surrounding the proposed strategic investment process for the Volta Aluminium Company Limited has intensified, with the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation, GIADEC, and businessman Mr. Ibrahim Mahama separately rejecting claims linking him to a planned acquisition of the state-owned aluminium smelter. Now, the two denials came after some workers of Valco during a protest march in Accra alleged that Mr. Mahama was behind efforts to acquire the company. Now, while GIADEC described the allegations as false, misleading, and without any factual foundation, Mr. Mahama also dismissed the claims as malicious and deliberately calculated to damage his reputation. Now, the development comes at the time when the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU, Ghana, has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama to intervene and halt what it described as the proposed sale of a 70% equity stake in Valco. Now, the union argues that Valco remains a strategic national asset and should remain under full state ownership. Now, if you go further into the story, they've done a brilliant analysis of exactly what is required to actually turn around the fortunes of the company,
Right.
The debt that is sitting there at Valco, and why it threatens the survival of that huge, that behemoth. The denials that have come in, and then of course the petition to the president to deal with this particular matter, government seeking strategic investor to deal with the problems, what actually the industry is about, and then also jobs, exports, industrial growth, how they affect the fortunes of the company, and then also what is happening globally. It is a brilliant analysis. It gives you
This is the new center.
exactly
It
it gives you everything you need about Valco in order to make an informed decision one way or the other. So that is I think we can now go to Tema and find out what the FDA and the TMA have been doing about the
fishes.
Yes.
How come you have that story?
Let me get that quickly.
So I only have the front page, the soft copy of that on the front page of Herald. But basically, the news is that yesterday the FDA, TMA,
Yeah, I got that.
Yes.
So FDA confiscates fish processed under unhygienic conditions after viral video
Oh, yes.
story, citynewsroom.com. Yes, by Letitia Osei. The Food and Drugs Authority has confiscated fish that was being processed under unhygienic conditions following a viral video showing individuals handling smoked and salted fish in an unsafe environment. Now, in a statement issued on Tuesday, July 28, the FDA said it was alerted to the video showing poor fish processing practice and immediately deployed a rapid response team to the location on Monday. Now, the team, which included officials from the FDA, the Tema Metropolitan Assembly, and the Ghana Police Service, assessed the situation and took steps to protect public health and safety. The authority also noted that similar incidents have occurred in the past and said it was consistently working with relevant institutions to address such practices and safeguard consumers.
Yeah, and the FDA has been advising the public as well with respect to the purchase of dry fish. They say that when you purchase the smoked and dried fish, you should do so only from reputable and hygienic sources.
Yeah, so while I commend some of the things or many of the things they did yesterday, brilliant that eventually they responded to the concerns we raised here. That is how institutions of state should be working. Of course, they should be preemptive or proactive, rather than being reactionary. But this is top notch. They have done very well, and they want to transform that particular space. That's great.
Yes.
But if you say that we should buy from
reputable
sources, how
are we to know that? Which ones are the reputable ones?
Is FDA approved?
Yeah, because if you go to the markets where they sell the things anyhow, we don't have any way of knowing that this is a reputable store. In any event, these are also intermediaries of some kind. They are buying from somewhere and they are selling. You understand? The thing is it's some way.
And they say carefully inspect fish before purchase and avoid those that appear contaminated, have an offensive odor, unusual color, or signs of spoilage. Wash smoked or dry fish thoroughly before cooking and ensure it is cooked adequately before consumption. And then report any suspected unhygienic food processing, storage, or sale to the nearest FDA. I think they should be heading to Medina as well, where we brought the Agbalimo.
Yes, yesterday I got an update that Agbalimo, the environmental health officers in the Medina area have gone in and they have destroyed all the Agbalimo that were affected. So that's also some good news that they have intervened there to ensure that the destruction of Agbalimo is done.
But
so
still,
what it means is that a lot more surveillance has got to be done by these officers. But my understanding is also that they say they are challenged in many ways.
Logistics and all.
They don't have money, they don't have vehicles to move around. They are far and few in between across the place. For instance, in a particular district, they needed about 70 or so health officers to be able to police the entire space. Somehow they have between 15 to 20, so they cannot effectively address. And then also when they arrest the people, somehow they can't prosecute because the district says they don't have money. So in some cases they have to use their own money to transport the accused people to court, and then sometimes they get tired. they don't have lawyers to also help. It's Chaka, Basa. And meanwhile, we say we are doing democracy.
We really need to
Every
look
day
at
we
that
have money
space.
to buy an aviator.
Oh,
Still on this issue, in Tema East, fishmongers clashed with officials over demolition of fish drying sites. The Tema Assembly attempted to, they carried out a demolition exercise at that particular site. Story by Manuel Ayama, CitiNewsroom.com. A confrontation erupted between officials of the Tema East Sub-Metro and some fishmongers during a demolition exercise at a fish mongering and fish drying site in Tema Newtown. The operation, carried out as part of effort to improve sanitation along the shorelines, also resulted in the arrest of some individuals who were allegedly engaged in open defecation at the site. Now, according to the Tema East Sub-Metro, the demolition was prompted by poor sanitary conditions, and it goes on and on.
okay. Let me take you back to the issue of mining. If you go to, because what I did earlier was related to the Valco one. So this is mining. The story is on page 3 of the Custodian newspaper. Chiefs invoke deities to fight Galamsey. Che Boateng writes for the paper and says the chiefs and people of Atronia in the Sunyai municipality of the Bono region have turned to the gods of the area to tackle illegal mining, popularly referred to as Galamsey, as government is said to be losing the fight against the menace. Well, the government says they are not losing. Oh. There's a quote here that says, we are going to invoke the assistance and anger of our local deity to stop the Galamseyers, and that will be disastrous. Nana Yao Ampofu, secretary to the Atronia Traditional Authority, threatened. Now, he told the Ghana News Agency that all attempts to get relevant state authorities to come to their aid have proved futile, hence the decision to seek the intervention of the gods. Now, describing the local shrine as unforgiving, Nana Ampofu said the traditional authority was only informing the government about his decision because, quote and unquote, nothing can be done to pacify the gods if we invoke their anger. So have that in mind. Let me also mention quickly that again, Goldfields is saying on the front page of the news center that 74% or so of Takwa Mine's value stays in Ghana. So the claims that they are not doing much to transform the lives of Ghanaians and the species around is invalid.
Okay, still on illegal mining matters, but related to Chairman Wuntumi.
Yes.
Wuntumi Akonta Mining appeal 20-year jail sentence in Samurai Boy case. Story CitiNewsroom.com by Hansen Ajiman. Now, Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nchibosiako, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi, and Akonta Mining Company, have filed an appeal against their sentences in the Samurai Boy illegal mining case, asking the Court of Appeal to overturn the High Court judgment and acquit and discharge them on all 4 counts. Now, the notice of appeal filed on Tuesday, July 28, challenges the entire judgment delivered by Justice Audrey Kokuvi of the High Court Criminal Division 4 on July 20. Now represented by Samuel Attah-Mensah, the appellant argued that the convictions are unreasonable and unsupported by the evidence presented during the trial.
Okay.
So that's the update on the Akonta mining case.
Well, let's take you to matters dealing with law enforcement, still related to what you just read, but an entirely different matter. So if you go to the Daily Guide, for instance, we're told that yesterday police attempted to enforce public order and it's resulted in the arrest of a number of nurses. So police fire gun at Techiman Krobo nursing students demo, 4 arrested. The Daily Guide, page 6, Philip is actually Fifi York, writes that chaos erupted at the Techiman Krobo Training College on Monday, July 27, 2026, as police officers descended on protesting students with clubs and batons, leaving several injured and 4 people arrested. Now, the victims include, according to the paper, 2 students and 2 journalists who are currently in police custody for their involvement in the demonstration. Well, the journalists were demonstrating too. What are the police doing? Now, the protest was sparked by claims of unresolved concerns with school management and the alleged unfair treatment by the school's principal, Dr. Helen Dramena. Now, the protesting students cited key grievances, including poor feeding, deplorable sanitary conditions, and a total breakdown in communication between college management and the Students' Representative Council. They also cited the school's most recent debate, during which no student or staff member was allowed to speak except the principal. Oh, is that no? They further accused the principal of excluding the SRC from the school's advisory board and refusing to pay board members their government-approved allowances. This is a serious matter, and I hope that the authorities will deal with it. But the journalists who have been arrested, I think that the police have to free them immediately.
Absolutely. Let me take your attention to check payments. We understand it's risen to 35.7 billion Ghana cedis despite Ghana's digital payment surge. So the rapid expansion of mobile money and digital payments has transformed how Ghanaians transact, but traditional checks continue to play a significant role in the country's financial system, particularly for high-value corporate transactions. Now, the latest payment systems statistics released by the BOG show that checks worth 35.7 billion Ghana cedis were cleared in June 2026, representing an 8.5 increase from 32.9 billion Ghana cedis recorded during the same period in 2025. The increase in value comes despite a decline in the number of checks processed, underscoring a structural shift in the use of payment instrument. The increase in value comes despite a decline in the number of checks processed. Okay, does that mean the volume is more?
May well be.
More volumes, but the numbers are declining.
Yeah, but let's save a few trees. Let's de-emphasize the checks. I know they play their own roles in reducing fraud and all of that because of some of the systems in place to prevent fraud. But again, people still use checks to actually commit all kinds of fraud and all of that. So maybe we should turn to other alternatives that are more efficient.
Well,
in this
after also encountering vitiating factors, mistake by misrepresentation, all those things, I am careful of that checks and all those things. So let's take to the digital.
Meanwhile, a quick headline, channel1newsonline.com. Ghana Statistical Service is reporting that youth unemployment hit 21.9%. So if you want details of that, channel1newsonline.com.
Very well. Okay. So the news review was brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits from lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. Call to learn more. 0800 003355. Our socials, Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. In the meantime, if you know where to find competent
excellent market.
Dry fish.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's very important. Otherwise, me myself.
You're looking for a reputable dry fish market.
Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Natili is here with the business news. Any ideas where to find reputable dry fish market, Natili?
It's cold morning for some dry fish in some light soup. You're welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Go Good Energy. Coming up, Bank of Ghana defends 14% rate hold, warns against premature monetary easing. Meanwhile, some economic watchers question sustainability of Bank of Ghana's inflation control measures. And later, higher poultry prices offset gains from cheaper fresh produce. We have more from the Channel 1 Market Price Barometer. Let's settle for the details now. Now, 6 members of the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee unanimously voted to maintain the monetary policy rate at 14% in July, citing rising inflation, geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, and the need to preserve macroeconomic stability. In a detailed submission released by the central bank, the six MPC members said, although Ghana's economy remains resilient with 6.4% GDP growth in the first quarter and strong fiscal and external sector performance, emerging risks require cautious policy stance. The committee noted that headline inflation has risen for 3 consecutive months to 5.3% in June, while inflation expectations have also increased. The members warned that higher global oil prices, supply chain disruptions, utility tariff adjustments, and potential exchange rate pressures could fuel inflation. They argued that reducing the policy rate now could undermine the bank's disinflation gains and inflation-fighting credibility. Maintaining the current rate, they said, will help anchor inflation expectations while supporting sustainable economic growth. Meanwhile, the Center for Policy Scrutiny is calling for a fundamental shift in Ghana's inflation-fighting strategy, arguing that the Bank of Ghana can no longer shoulder the burden alone as its capacity to sustain costly liquidity management operations is coming under strain. Assessed in the 2026 Media Budget Review, Executive Director of the Center, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie, said the central bank's financial position means it cannot continue deploying large-scale sterilization operations it did in 2025 to contain inflation.
To maintain monetary expansion or contraction, then the central bank will always intervene in the open market operations. In the year 2025, as you recall from the Bank of Ghana financial statements, about 93 billion was sterilized at a cost of 16.7 billion in a bid to reduce inflation. The consequence, as we know, the BOG made a loss and its equity is in the negative. The Bank of Ghana needs recapitalization. This has been captured in the main budget. It has been captured in the mid-year budget. The Bank of Ghana needs recapitalization. Therefore, given the present position of the Bank of Ghana, they cannot continue to sterilize as they did in 2025. And that inflation targeting should be a shared responsibility. BOG is not in a position to take the bullet on our behalf again. It should be a shared responsibility between the BOG, the fiscal, and the real sectors like agriculture, industry, transportation, road, communication, because we saw how ginger, tomatoes, plantain were driving Ghana's inflation. And this is not the BOG solution. It should be Ministry of Agric solution. So fighting inflation should be a shared responsibility.
That was Executive Director of the Center for Policy Scrutiny, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie. Still on inflation matters, renowned audit firm PricewaterhouseCoopers has noted that Ghana's improving inflation outlook should lead to lower borrowing costs for businesses and households if the country's economic recovery is to translate into stronger private sector investment. Presently, Ghana's headline inflation stands at 5.3%, while the Bank of Ghana's policy rate stands at 14%, but businesses continue to face average commercial lending rates, highlighting the gap between improving macroeconomic conditions and the cost of credits. In its review of the 2026 Media Budget Review, PwC said the recent decline in inflation and easing monetary policy had created an opportunity to improve access to credit, but cautioned that the benefits of macroeconomic stability would remain limited if lending rates stay elevated. The firm further noted that while Ghana had made significant progress in restoring macroeconomic stability, businesses would ultimately judge the recovery by whether financing becomes more affordable and supports investment, expansion, and job creation. Now, prices across the protein and fresh produce baskets presented a mixed picture in July, with declines in garden eggs, fresh tilapia and carrots helping to cushion households against the sharp rise in live chicken prices. That's according to the latest Channel 1 Market Price Barometer. The July data shows that while improved supply continued to moderate prices for some fresh produce, higher costs in the poultry and red meat segments point to persistent cost pressures within the nutrition basket. Here's more.
The biggest increase was recorded in live chicken prices. The average price jumped from 186 Ghana cedis in June to 215 Ghana cedis in July, an increase of 15.6%, reversing the decline recorded the previous month. On the other hand, garden eggs became more affordable, with prices falling by 8.5% from 82 Ghana cedis to 75 Ghana cedis per 4.5 liter bucket. Carrot prices also eased, dropping by 4.8% from 21 Ghana cedis to 20 cedis for 4 average size pieces. Fresh tilapia recorded a slight decline, with 4 average size fish selling for 102 Ghana cedis, down from 103 Ghana cedis in June. Meanwhile, red meat prices edged higher. Beef with bones increased from 78 Ghana cedis to 80 Ghana cedis per kilogram, while goat meat rose from 96 Ghana cedis to 98 Ghana cedis per kilogram. Prices of cabbage, green pepper, and oranges remained unchanged during the month. Overall, the July Channel 1 Market Price Barometer indicates that while lower prices for some vegetables and fish are providing modest relief for consumers, rising poultry and meat prices continue to drive up the cost of protein.
That was data compiled by the Channel 1 Research Desk. Now let's move on to the interbank market, and the dollar is going for 11 cedis 63 pesos, the pound for 15 cedis 48 pesos, and the euro for 13 cedis 24 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. So it's brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Go Good Energy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Introducing Ghana's leading pay-as-you-copy photocopier leasing company. Lease an A4, A3, heavy-duty or production machine and pay for only the copies made, or design your own payment plan. Simple and tietia. That's not all. Incredibly, toners, repairs, maintenance, follow-me printing, centralized tracking all come free of charge. Remember, financial prudence is the name of the game. Folks, forget about the expensive gimmicks and be smart. Join the hundreds of satisfied clients across all the 16 regions and every sector of the economy and save over 60% of your printing costs. Visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. Be prudent and lease a copier. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Your home could be anything you want it to be. It could be a stadium.
It's just 12 yards out. He shoots.
What a
try! It's a goal.
Or a gaming arena.
Yes, let's go.
Sometimes a classroom.
Madam, please, I don't understand.
All right, let's go over it again. Which part don't you understand?
The whole show.
Or it could be an office.
How many orders are ready? Okay, send them to East Legon first.
Or even a research center.
Daddy, what is the Big Bang Theory?
Wait, let me ask ChatGPT.
You can make your home anything you want it to be, because no matter the experience you want at home, MTN Fiber will power it. Get unlimited internet up to 500 megabytes per second from as low as 299 Ghana cedis. Connect your home or business today. Visit the My MTN app or dial *5057# to check fiber availability and request now.
MTN.
The jamming never stops. The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops.
At G&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302 689 178 or 179 or 0202 222 220. G&J, your energy partner.
Enterprise Blue FM. Enterprise Blue FM, the bus.
It's DJ E on Enterprise Blue FM. Guys, after the heavy rains this week, we are looking for the calmest person in Ghana. Who's the most chill person you know right now? Let's go.
DJ, he has to be Mansa. Look, the flood entered her house and completely submerged her car. Next thing I see on her WhatsApp status, she's smiling and sipping tea on her balcony. Like me, I'll be crying, but she's totally relaxed. DJ, it's true. Mansa's home and car are destroyed, but this girl is not stressing at all. She just tells us everything is under control. Hey, Mansa, how?
Wow, Mansa, we need your secret too.
They say Entoa, but when unexpected floods strike, we've got you covered. At Enterprise Insurance, with over 100 years of experience, we say whether it's home, motor, travel, or insurance for your business, Entoa, if it happens, chill.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Help me make I know they talk much.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
My hand design. I'm scanning the whole area. The gold I want to learn.
Thank you for the business news. It was brought to us by Girl, EcoBank, and MTN. If you're on the road looking for quality fuel that gives your engine smooth performance, look no further. Girl Super XP is of premium quality. It gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Girl Super XP is fortified with a special additive, gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max. As you journey the road, look out for Girl stations and fuel up your vehicle with quality you can trust, because Girl is good energy. You know how money really moves in Ghana? At EcoBank, we know it doesn't just move on payday, but every day, connecting you to the people who matter most. EcoBank provides one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries. Our digital platforms instantly connect people, businesses, and opportunities across the entire continent. So pay bills, transfer funds, manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Just download the EcoBank mobile app, dial *770# or use EcoBank online and our nationwide ATMs. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. Edwin Kwakofi is here with kickoff. That's coming your way shortly. Attention, online drivers and Pragia operators. Don't just complete trips and rewards along the way with the Momo Merchant. Passengers can pay you by scanning your GHQR, the Momo app, or by using your merchant ID. Every eligible transaction brings you closer to exciting rewards. So visit any MTN branch nationwide with your Ghana card, register for Momo Merchant account, and enjoy added convenience and security for your business fans. This is a campaign in partnership with GHQR, powered by Gibbs. I tell you what, Valex Lease Equip is making printing easier and affordable. We lease multiple functional photocopiers when you don't have to buy. Just lease multifunctional photocopiers. Copy and print your design or copy and print, or design your own payment plan. Lease an A4, A3 heavy-duty MFP with sorter stapler finisher and production machines with sorter stapler finisher. You will enjoy free toners, cartridges, repairs, maintenance, follow me printing, centralized monitoring of all staff and nationwide coverage. So call 0244-644-048. ValexLease.com is where to visit online. We are Ghana's affordable document management solution. Enterprise Insurance is giving people a lot of ease with these floods that have led to, losses, damaged homes, flooded vehicles. Mensah, for one, doesn't have to worry at all because she has the right insurance cover with Enterprise Insurance. And Towada, that's what they say, but with Enterprise, Towada, chill when it happens because Enterprise will have you covered. Secure your home, car, travel, and business today with our innovative insurance solutions. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage. Kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho, and Edwin Kwakofi is ready for you. Before that, Edwin, picture this. You've finally gotten that chance with your long-term crush. You've invited her over, home cooked, candlelit dinner. She accepts it. The day comes, everything is said. Jollof cooked to perfection. You cook though.
A little bit.
Okay, so let's say the wine is also chill, the AC is on, the phone rings, folks are on their way, and you hang up, check yourself in the mirror, and everything is fine. And before you know, just as it happened last night, the lights are out, bro. Any day but today. But G&J understands that more. That some moments just should never be interrupted, and so we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, UPS solutions, so the power never stops. So G&J will help you. This morning, some people show up at work with their clothes not pressed because grid codes show them small shaking. Just talk to G&J. You will not go through this. And Kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho. If you're ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom, Lesheho Fixed Deposit Solution is tailored just for you. With Lesheho Fixed Deposit Solution, you are making your money work for you. So join the investment revolution with our fixed deposit solution and take charge of your financial future. Call now 0302-208-333. Lesheho, let's improve life. This morning, Charlie, you get light.
No, I didn't have light.
Yeah. Then show me your shake it, bro.
Show me your.
Edwin Coffee will kick off. Good morning, bro.
Good morning, Caleb, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Kickoff on the Citi Breakfast Show. Coming up, Team Ghana chases more medals on day 6 of the Commonwealth Games. The Black Queens begin their WAFCON campaign against Cape Verde today, and we'll bring you some more transfer news in the international market as Bradley Bakola might just join Liverpool. Welcome to Kickoff, which is brought to you by Politan Ghana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Good morning. Let's start with the Commonwealth Games, and the games continue to gather pace as the competition enters day 6 in Glasgow. With 5 days of action completed and several medals still up for grabs, Team Ghana remains in contention, buoyed by encouraging performances in athletics and boxing. My colleague Bernard Abeku-Ochre looks back at Ghana's performances from yesterday and previews their athletes in action today.
Team Ghana recorded mixed results at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow on Tuesday, July 28. The day's biggest highlight came in the boxing ring, where 21-year-old Amadou Mohamed strengthened Ghana's medal hopes with a victory over England's Ellis Trowbridge to reach the men's 55 kg semi-finals. The African Games champion is now one win away from a place in the final and remains one of Ghana's strongest medal prospects. In track and field, Benjamin Azamati finished 7th in the men's 100 meters final in 10.11 seconds after progressing through the heat and semi-finals. Abdul Rashid Saminu, however, missed out on a place in the final after failing to advance from the semi-finals. Ghana's high jumper Rose Yaboa cleared 1.82 meters but fell short of the height required to reach the podium. Team Ghana's campaign continues on Wednesday with more athletes in action. In boxing, Desmond Papo will compete in the men's 80 kg division, whilst Precious Akainete takes to the ring. On the track, Joseph Paul Amwa will contest the men's 200 meters, whilst Anita Afrifa will line up in the women's 200 meters as Team Ghana continues its search for medals in Glasgow.
That was a report put together by Bernard Abeku Otre. Ghana remains on one medal after yesterday's disappointments in the high jump and sprint, but hopes are high for more success on the track today. Joseph Paul Amwa begins his men's 200 meters campaign. The Tokyo Olympian and national 4x100 meters relay star will be looking to qualify for the next round after posting a personal best of 20.08 seconds. Also in action is Anita Afrifa, who takes to the track in the women's 200 meters heats as she aims to produce one of her best performances of the season and book a place in the next round. Let's stay with athletics. And the Ghana Olympic Committee and the Commonwealth Games Association Ghana have signed a strategic partnership with GCB Bank to strengthen athlete development, grassroots sports, and preparations for the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. The partnership is expected to provide long-term support for Team Ghana as the country begins its next Olympic cycle following the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Let's head to the Women's African Cup of Nations, where the Black Queens begin their 2026 women's campaign today when they face debutants Cape Verde. Head coach Kim Lansby-Okegren expects a difficult opening fixture, insisting his side cannot afford to underestimate the opponent. According to the Swedish tactician, Cape Verde possess the same fighting spirit and resilience that their men's national team displayed at the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Feeling that we are ready for upcoming game now, of course. Feeling that we are ready for upcoming game now, of course. It's going to be a tough one. The first time with Cape Verde in the WAFCON. So they will for sure play with a lot of passion. We saw the men's team did the same thing in the World Cup. So we expect a tough game, but in the same time, we believe in ourselves. And if we do our things, we can hopefully start the tournament with a win. At least that's our goal and target. Yeah, of course, it's difficult to play against a team you haven't played against before. And they're going to come in with a lot of energy, like I said, and that's going to be a tough game for us.
That was Black Queens head coach Kim Lansby-Okegren speaking ahead of the team's WAFCON opener against Cape Verde later today. To the international front in football, let's get to some transfer news where Bradley Barcola has reportedly agreed personal terms with Liverpool, although the Reds and PSG are still far apart on a transfer fee. PSG could move for RB Leipzig youngster Yan Diomande if Barcola leaves for Liverpool, with Real Madrid also interested in the Ivorian winger. Real Madrid remain confident Vinicius Jr. will sign a new contract and insist the Brazilian is not for sale. Newcastle United have dismissed reports linking captain Bruno Guimaraes with Arsenal, insisting the midfielder remains part of their plans. And Bayern Munich have no intention of selling Luis Diaz, with the Colombian international reportedly keen to stay despite interest from Al Hilal. Away from that, a major row has broken out between football governing bodies over FIFA's plan to seek private investment in the World Cup, with UEFA reacting angrily and European nations ready to discuss a potential boycott. FIFA announced on Tuesday that it was seeking to launch FIFA Forward Enterprise, which would bring together the sale of FIFA's commercial rights, including broadcasting, sponsorship, ticketing, and licensing, with the operational delivery of its tournament. According to FIFA, its plans, which need approval from member associations, would deliver more than $10 billion in football development funding over the next 4 years. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff was powered by Politan Ghana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Edwin Kwao Kofi. The City Breakfast Show continues.
innovative financial solution. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Charlie, trim I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spot there. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Yumvita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, other ones love it too. Yumvita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Yumvita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
A king was born today. Is that how you go celebrate? You say you love the man, but show working, my sister. Open your cow bank up and credit his account. Life simplified every single day. Yeah. Open your cow bank up and credit his account. Cow bank, make come easy, Charlie. Life simplified all the way. If you love your man, show working, oh. Not only talking plenty on his birthday. A king was born today. What can he do with that? Give him fuel, you give him vibes, give him cow bank cash, just like that. With your cow bank app, you send money by airtime, pay bills in seconds. Wherever you go, cow bank make your life simplified. Cow bank, forward together.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show you just your true colors. True colors. True colors are shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Stand and show your true colors. True colors. True colors.
Phil. Oh.
Beautiful like a rainbow.
Okay. Phil Collins. Phil Collins making our morning with true colors. We love it. It's 7:35 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. Yesterday we saw the FDA and the relevant authorities respond to the matter, the insanitary issues in Temamania. Fishmongers, market folks drying fresh fish on the grounds next to fields, human excreta. A messy situation indeed. That was addressed yesterday, and we are happy about the prompt response. Yes, could have been more proactive, but it has been done. But it raises a big issue. Why? No, I mean, are the municipal assemblies not able to be proactive in matters like this? Why does it have to take national radio to drum this 48 hours, run campaigns for these things to get done? And beyond Temamang here, you go to Ashaiman Market, Medina Market, Agbogboloshi, Konkomba Market, go to Kumasi. Most of our public markets, our public spaces, markets, transportation yards, most of them are in a mess. This is within the purview of the, local government. So we'll keep pressing the conversation, and you know how to join us, 0539 986 996. If you're an importer or an exporter and you're looking to improve your global trade experience, we know trade financing comes with its complexities, but at CBG, we believe that doing business should always be hassle-free. With CBG's trade solutions, your trade financing challenges will be an issue of the past. Take advantage of our trade solutions, expand your international trade transactions while building a good credit history. 0302 261 000. Email talk to us at cbg.com.gh. Visit any of our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Terms and conditions apply. CBG will stand with you. 7-Eleven baseline boats and nuts. We have premium boats, nuts, washers, anchor boats, start boats, U-boats, and more. They are all manufactured right here in Ghana. We also provide advanced coating and surface treatment solutions, including PTFE epoxy coatings. If you are in construction, mining, manufacturing, or oil and gas, you know what I'm talking about. Come to us. We deliver faster. We have shorter lead times and a dependable supply of high quality boats and nuts, proudly made right here in Ghana. 055 7126501. Call us today. 7-Eleven baseline boats and nuts, made in Ghana, made faster, made stronger. Heritage Christian University is calling you. We are behind the Amasaman Olympic Stadium. You are assured of value-driven education that prepares you for the world of work. Students are challenged to turn ideas into businesses that feed families, homes, and employ communities. Admission is in progress for our wide range undergraduate and graduate programs. Call us now, 0547 777 731 HCU heritage.edu.gh is where to visit for more information. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneur leaders. Akom has some information for you as well.
Oh, yes. Imagine choosing your own global destination, enjoying flights, a 4-star hotel, and unforgettable experiences all paid for. Stanbic Bank, in collaboration with MasterCard, is making it possible with a World on Your Card promo. Simply sign up for a new Money Wallet MasterCard, load or reload $200 or more between now and 14th August 2026 to stand a chance to win a worldwide travel package for two to a destination listed on priceless.com. Simply put the world on your card and stand tall.
Okay.
Are you looking for a world-class university experience for your child right here in Ghana? Lancaster University, Ghana is the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa, offering students the same prestigious Lancaster University degree awarded in the UK. With a 90% graduate employment rate within 6 months of graduation, your child gets a head start in today's competitive global market. Students can choose from programs in business, law, computer science, economics, marketing, international relations, and more, all in a modern campus environment designed for success. Applications are now open. Visit lancaster.edu.gh or call 0209607-008 or 0302-747-700 today. Lancaster University, Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep.
Beautiful.
Now, you've probably noticed the lights going off just like this morning when you least expect it, right? Plans interrupted, businesses forced to pause, and homes left in the dark at inconvenient times. Translight Solar is here to help you. With Translight Solar, you enjoy consistent, reliable power every single day. No interruptions, no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving while helping you cut down electricity cost. We are offering exclusive installation discounts starting at 34,000 Ghana cedis only with flexible payment options. Call 0256-040838 or 0242-438-746 or visit www.translightsolar.com. Translight Solar, reliable power, total peace of mind.
Excellent. And gentlemen, today is the birthday of Lady Monica Wingham.
Oh, yeah. Mama.
Lady Monica.
Hey, papa.
She turns 50 today.
Beautiful.
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 And her husband.
Yes. The husband, papa. Yes, superintendent big man.
Superintendent of the Assembly of
being the superintendent over the whole government.
So you superintend over the birthday.
The whole government. No.
So from your beloved husband.
Yes.
Reverend Stephen Wengham.
Beautiful.
And the entire congregation of Cedar Mountain Chapel.
The whole of Ghana.
Oh, and the whole of the Republic.
That's right. You know, the city breakfast show day is all the pastors, the caucuses we have, the day is high. All the religious bodies, the day is high. No.
We say we are wishing you a happy golden anniversary.
No. Charlie, Mama, you be big woman.
Yes.
No, we bless you.
Yes.
You go forward.
Amen.
Yesu Christo bless you. Is that tuchi now?
Amen.
Bibia be koso wa no. Mishangwa no tefe.
Amen.
No, Pastor Wengham, today you have to perform.
So happy birthday to Lady Monica Wengham. Happy 50th, we celebrate you. Happy birthday also going out to Benedict Brackle and other listeners of the show. You're a true friend and a good support. God bless you for your kind heart and selfless service. This is coming from Sheba Araba Benin. And please help me say a big happy 65th birthday to my pastor, Reverend Stephen Mensah, and his twin brother, Reverend Stanley Mensah. They are amazing men of God with a heart for the poor and disabled across Ghana and beyond. Indeed, what Reverend Steve and Stanley have been doing for many in Ghana through their ministry is worth commending. So happy 65th birthday to the twin brothers in service of the Lord and humanity. May the good Lord bless you. Happy 4th birthday to Adeline Asiedua Mefia Ohiming of Aplau, from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ohiming, and all your rich aunties and ankles. May the Lord widen your tentacles. We love you.
Amen.
Little
Beautiful,
girl.
beautiful one there.
Yes, more messages and dedications actually. Kindly help wish. Please kindly wish on our behalf a glorious happy birthday to one beautiful, hardworking and intelligent woman, Miss Dorcas Akoli, aka Doki, of ECG Regional Office. I think this came a bit earlier, but it's come again. So, right, happy birthday to Miss Dorcas Akoli and to the Beza. No, these are data. So yes, so that would do it for me. Give me a few.
Yes, a few more announcements for you. Pambros Salt Industries Limited has been in existence since 1958, introducing our latest product, Pambros Refined Iodized Salt, now available in 250 grams and 500 grams sachets. Just a pinch of Pambros Refined Iodized Salt brings out the taste of the food. Pambros Refined Iodized Salt is available in all major markets, supermarkets, and local provision shops nationwide. Call 0266-823-589 or 0302-335-114. Pambros Iodized Salt, Kitwabi Petse Adiemu. This advert is FDA approved.
Zenith Bank says stay alert. Shine your eye when someone calls claiming to be from Zenith Bank. Fraudsters can sound professional, confident, and convincing, and they may ask you to confirm your account details to help resolve a supposed problem or secure your account. Remember, Zenith Bank will never ask for your PIN, password, OTP over the telephone, email, or via any channel. So if a caller asks for this information, do not share it. End the call immediately and contact Zenith Direct on 054 2000 111. Shine your eye, spot the fraud, and stop the fraud. This is a message from Zenith Bank in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks. So first, I really think that we must commend the Bastard Boys for the consistency in highlighting the poor sanitation situation we have, and really happy that yesterday the FDA and the municipal assemblies were able to get to the Temamanya area. You know, they actually confiscated some of the fishes that were contaminated by way of how they were processing it, and then carried out some demolition exercises. Look, this is not the first time any report will be done on this particular area. As we demonstrated to you 2 days ago, Samuel had sent us to the place 6 years prior. 6 years. We had done a lot to highlight the insanitary conditions, but really nothing was done about it. So much as it's a bit disappointing that we have to rant and, you know, scream ourselves hoarse before some action is done, I particularly am grateful that something has been done about that, because we have highlighted situations like this before and nothing has happened. But the question then some are asking is, what does it take? What will it take for the assemblies to be on their toes, to be proactive. And deal with these things before, they get into national attention? Because as we were saying, this goes beyond Temamang here. If you go to most of our markets, it's almost automatic that once you enter a Ghanaian market, it's insanitary.
It's become a part of the
market. Disposal
of
waste, public toilets around the market. It's always dirty. It's always insanitary. And the bus stations too. Why aren't the municipal assemblies able to generate revenue by properly doing the right thing in these markets, bus stations, etc.? That's what's is bugging my mind this morning.
Well,
we have an efficient system.
You've made really valid points, but I think it would be particularly useful to hear from the grounds what exactly went on when our reporters went there to see for themselves what the situation was before the environmental officers from the assembly, of course, officers from the FDA and related agencies, including police and military, went in there to try to bring some order to the space.
I'll bring us a clip from yesterday's action.
Because that would sort of restate precisely and of course confirm what had been reported earlier by the Bastard Boys. It's important that we trace the genealogy of this particular matter or scandal we are dealing with. They went in there, yes, of course, you went there 6 years earlier, but they went in there, saw the situation, that alarmed them, and they decided to put it out on social media. We use our platform to amplify it and to insist that the authorities have got to intervene and do something about it. And to commend them, they went in there yesterday to do what is needful. Also to say that a day earlier they had sent some officers to go and do some recce and understand the problem. But I think that it is important that assemblies are seen to be acting before things get out of hand, as opposed to, as you said, proactive, as opposed to being reactive. We cannot rule that out in all cases, but that is the reason they are paid. In all properly functioning democracies, these local assemblies have structures, institutions, the personnel, the expertise in place to determine some of these things even before they even get blown out of proportion, or they even hit the media space. Because there are reporting mechanisms, there are routine surveillance supervision carried out. There are, everybody is sort of policing the other. So let's hear what happened.
Let's take you back there, and then we'll get back into it.
For more than 4 decades, Sarah July has smoked fish at this fish processing site in Temanu Town. She says the demolition exercise came as a shock, insisting traders were not given prior notice before the structures were pulled down.
Nti mi di su na sisi a obi ama na me ni bra me ye na sisi a wo mo dwudwu yin fa mo kwa ka edwuma wo na me ye bi mra ka ada ama nkwala no ana yin na sika ya ye mesi de na metua.
Others admit the poor sanitary conditions at the site, with fish often dry close to refuse dumps. They say they have repeatedly raised concerns and done their best to stop indiscriminate dumping in the area.
I'm going to go to I don't want to ball. I don't want that. I don't want to go you. If you never, I don't want to ball. Look over now. So down. What's your name? Come over
The Tema East Sub Metro says the exercise is part of a broader effort to facilitate an ongoing cleanup of the shoreline and restore sanitary conditions for fish processing activities.
When you go to the Mayara Center, you see the type of seriously. This is the process that they do, but the government is not good. So what to do the government night for them, then they start their project.
So were they notified of this?
Yes. I personally invite them to my office direct from the mayor. So we have to do some exercise here. So they accept it.
During the operation, the task force apprehended several individuals engaging in open defecation at the fish processing site. While residents say public toilet facilities are available nearby, they believe the cost of using them may be encouraging the practice of open defecation. Meanwhile, officials from the Tema Metropolitan Assembly's Health Directorate, working with the FDA and EPA, confiscated all preserved fish at the site for safe disposal to prevent the products from entering the market.
For the moment we are finished with the collection, we are transporting everything from the site to the landfill for proper disposal. I wouldn't say that we are not aware that I'm a freshly processed staff to TNE, but that is not an excuse. It is something that Assembly have been planning long to take an action. So this has just come as a push-up.
Okay, it's a push-up. That's is it, but while they were doing that, people are still doing open defecation.
So you see, there are a number of layers to this report.
Yeah.
You just raised one of them, which is what? Open defecation. Now, in the report, commendations to what do you call it? Manuel, who did the report. He mentioned that they have a public toilet in the area, because if you go to many of these coastal communities where open defecation is a menace, in many cases because people neither have toilet facilities in their homes, nor do we have public toilets in these areas. So some people would use the coastline, which is a terrible thing. And they don't even do it properly. And it is just wrong. We shouldn't be doing that to our beaches. It is just plainly wrong. But in this particular case, we are told that they do have that facility. And for some reason, they say the cost. I mean, where should we allow that? Now, many of the people who engage in this open defecation are the same people who are preparing the fish that is living there and reaching our dinner tables. We have also heard, I spoke to our reporter yesterday when he went to the ground. The water situation, bazaar.
As in potable water?
Potable water. So now you ask yourself, if these people go to do their business by the shoreline, which is very, very almost inside where they are preparing,
smoking the dry
fish and what they call smoking the fresh fish, and then the dry one for, in some cases, frying it. How are they washing their hands before even preparing? Because look, my mother sells fish, right? And when you go to the market, sometimes you see the fish very fresh. You are not even minded to wash it before you eat it. You just pick it out of the basket like that. It's been smoked. Because there they do it in a very responsible way. You peel the scales off, and then you are eating it.
That's day
and then related, exactly. In some cases, you prepare your akbele.
Yes.
You have your tadi, you prepare bametadi, you do that thing. Then you just wash it, and then you throw it inside and you eat it. Now, if we have a situation like this, where the people are doing their business by the shore with very little or no clean water available to wash their hands and all of that, they go straight. They are harvesting the thing from the fire and then they're sending it to the market. That cannot be allowed. So that is one layer. Now, the business about, they should have informed us.
It always comes up.
Look, I know that in some cases there's limited knowledge as to what people should do to ensure that what they are putting out for other people to eat is in a responsible state. But the fact is that you yourself, you should know that this is bad. Look, some of the rags they were using to clean the smoked fish headed for the market. If you see it,
you won't chew fish again.
You won't chew fish again.
Rags.
They sometimes put oil on it to make it look, the rag will be sitting there with flies all over it. They just pick it up like that, and then something they have not probably washed for like 20 million years. They use that, polish the fish nicely, and then straight is headed for the market. And you know why it is dangerous? Look, if you go to some of these our chobas where people normally go and eat, they buy the fish. In some cases, they do pretentious washing, and then they put it there. The soup is prepared. So if you come and you say you want to eat, what's the name, salmon or buku or whatever, mackerel. No, mackerel.
Mackerel is what they call salmon.
Buku or whatever it is. Those other ones. Then they will give you the soup and they say, how much do you want for fish? Right? And then they reach into the bowl next to them, which has the fish they bought from the market, pretended they've washed it. Right? And then they cut it for you. So you notice that some of those, when you eat it, it's very cold. Unlike the soup, which would have been boiling.
The boku.
Exactly.
You're right.
Now the question you ask,
use their hand to just
cut it like that and then drop it in the thing, and we eat it. Sometimes it's tasting funny, blah blah blah. Now the question you ask yourself is, if this is the source of this fish that we are talking about, how can it be eaten properly? It's not being properly washed and it's not being properly cooked, so that the bacteria that may be hiding in there, you would have reduced its, potency, capacity to do harm to you. Nothing like that is done. Then you eat it, and we are told 200,000 hospitalizations every single year because of food-related poisoning and related matter. That is a very real hazard. Now, I think an important point which the environmental officer raised yesterday was that they want to demolish the entire place together with the TMA people, raise the whole place down, and put in modern ways of doing the business that people do there. Now, I would imagine that one of the things they will emphasize will be proper water systems in place. Because, of course, the people have their livelihoods. You can't take that away from them forever. But if they must do business there, then proper structures must be in place. But that also calls for standards. Someone must say that this should be the standard for smoking fish in our country, while keeping it indigenous, while at the same time ensuring that what? Global standards or Ghanaian standards or African standards apply to the extent they do not harm us. You understand? So the badu, which is the oven that you use to do the what do you call it? The smoking. There should be a standard. The environment, it can't be just open like that. Even where it is open, back in the village where my grandmother was doing the smoking and all of these things, they have some linen which they use to cover the fish. The fish is not just sitting in the open with flies all over it. No, that's wrong.
Sky, for me, I just wanted to say good morning and thank you for the points you've raised. Because we have tech and social media trends, I won't make my substantive, but I just want to say a couple of things. Whilst what they've done is good, one of the things that disturbed me was the last word she used, that because the thing has come up again.
Yeah, it's giving them push.
So that suggests that if there is no media push or attention on the matter, they go to sleep, which is really problematic because, and when you add that to the FDA statement, I don't know if you read the statement.
Yeah, I read the statement. I was raising issues about it.
I feel like
look for reputable.
There's a very minimalist approach to the way duty bearers perceive their responsibility, whether it's an assembly, FDA, or environmental health work. Everybody wants to do only as little as they ought. You get it? So because we've put this up, bus stop boys have made a lot of noise. They've gone to do something. I think we need a more, how shall I say, comprehensive statement around
standards.
No, two things. Beach management generally, because there's a beach conversation here, and then fish
processing.
Fish, the way fish is processed and handled. Of course, we've been discussing refuse and sanitation for a long time, but I feel like there are two issues that require attention, whether it's Fisheries Commission or Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, local government people, and then the Food and Drugs. We need to give us a proper statement on how our beaches will be managed going forward, because the Manhian, as you've all said, is not the only place. And then, as you've also eloquently said, the way fish is managed, beyond the statement FDA has put out, we need a proper appreciation of what their plan is to ensure that there's a tracing system for fish that is consumed. So we'll come back and deal with that. I don't think we should let them off because they've gone to clear the place. No. What we expect is much deeper and far-reaching, consequential action.
So we'll get back to the substantive matters. Tech and social media trends is next, and that's brought to us by Telecel. Edwin Kwal-Kofi is here with us. Welcome back, Edwin Kwal-Kofi.
Thank you very much, Caleb. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, my brother. How's it going?
I'm doing
good, man.
Well.
Good man.
So let's start off with what has been bothering Ghanaians this morning, the power outage that affected a lot of people across the country. No one knew initially what had happened, but a number of people were affected. They were complaining on social media. Eventually, Gridco released a statement which Richard Delasky read earlier on the City Breakfast Show. They said they were working on, their engineers were working on the issue to ensure that power was restored as early as possible, and they said the disturbance resulted in the simultaneous tripping of some generating plants across the national power system, leading to the interruption of electricity supply. So we've heard from Gridco on the situation, and they said they are working to restore power. So everyone who's been complaining on social media about not having lights this morning, rest assured Gridco is working on the situation.
But they don't give a timeline, right?
There's been no timeline given as at yet. So yeah, that's it. Let's move on to Sarah Adwa-Safo, the former MP for Dome Kwabinya, and also the daughter of the late Safo Kantanka, whose funeral is set to be held tomorrow. There have been a lot of issues regarding whether the funeral is going to be held at all. The dispute. Yes, Safo Kantanka's funeral. Yes, funeral is going to be held at all because of the feud between, apparent feud between Sarah Safo and her brother, Nanakoju Safo Akofina, and the tussle over the leadership of the Christo Asafo church or mission, as it were. So she was on Eyewitness News last night and made a number of statements, said that the funeral will go ahead and that anyone looking to cause trouble will face the law. She spoke about the recent shooting, some say assassination attempt against her, and that any reports that she shot first were wrong because she's never held a gun, never shot a gun, and she went unarmed. So why, if she knew there was going to be chaos, why would she go there unarmed and unaccompanied? She also said that she was saved because she drove her car herself. Usually she'd be driven and then have sit in the back seat and be driven to wherever she's going. But luckily for her, she drove herself, and a lot of the bullets were aimed at the back seats where she would ordinarily have been, which she says saved her. So she made a number of comments. You can find the full interview on our YouTube page if you search for it.
Just want to clarify. I mean, I see clarification. The police arrested some people in connection with this matter.
Yes.
And as I understand it, both sides were suspects or are suspects in this particular matter. Some people were sent to court and granted bail and all of that. So, I mean, where is the police, the state of investigations into this matter? Because there appears to be a public order angle to this particular matter. If the big funeral of the kind we're talking about is to proceed this weekend, is this weekend, right?
Yes, it starts tomorrow.
Eating into the weekend and all of that. And with all these vested interest, threats, counter threats, all these things happening, what is the national security? What are they doing? What is the police in the Greater Accra region, or is it Ashanti region that they will do the burial? I don't know. What are they doing about this? We should not wait, because we had seen what happened. The former member of parliament would have died. So the question is, if we are alive to our responsibilities, why is it that the two sides are on radio saying all the things they are saying, and yet we are not hearing from the institutions of state who should be protecting us? Because thousands of people belonging to the
at least
church,
we need like a police advisory on the funeral, whether they think based on what happened in the previous month, things should proceed. So you're right, at least if for nothing at all, because it's a bit concerning. And also the police haven't given us an update on the shooting, because some people were initially arrested. I think they were given bail or something.
Okay, so let me move to some sports news. Let's start off with the Black Queens. They are beginning their WAFCON campaign today, taking on Cape Verde.
Go Ghana, go Ghana.
So yes.
The women didn't do well. Come for
they are good.
Better than the men.
They are good.
Yeah, so we are excited to see them in action, and we hope they do better. Let's go to the Commonwealth Games, where there were some disappointments for Ghanaian athletes. Benjamin Azamati, who reached the final of the 100 meters, he finished 7th.
In
the final. Yes, he finished 7th in the final.
I was so disappointed. Particularly Saminu didn't even get into the final, because I was tipping Saminu. He did very well in his heat. And I don't know what happened to him in the semi-final. I think
unfortunate there for Ghana's fastest man. But also Rose Emonima Yeboah, who failed to win a medal in the women's high jump as well. So some disappointments, but we are starting with Benjamin Joseph Paul Amwa's 200 meters campaign today, and he's also a good shout for a medal for Ghana if he is in good form. So we are looking forward to that. Staying with sports, but this time football, and FIFA has announced plans to establish a body that will basically organize its major international competitions.
Capitalism.
Like the World Cup for men and women, and also the Club World Cup. FIFA expects to rake in about $10 billion from this by allowing investors to buy shares in that company. But obviously, a lot of the nations around the world, especially in Europe, aren't too happy because they feel it will give those private entities too much influence in the organization of those competitions.
It's all about the money.
Yes, so UEFA issued a statement saying, and I quote, "The soul and governance of football are not assets to trade, especially with zero transparency." So I
think I support the position.
Yeah,
especially because Infantino, he has the support of many of our African people. That's why he does many of the things. He does some progressive things, but this particular one, no, it's no way. We shouldn't encourage it.
Yeah, so the European member associations are meeting virtually to decide whether they will boycott the World Cup or not, and other competitions, and how they move forward with this. So we are looking forward to that. In tech news, let me stay.
Before you do that, though, I have also seen in wide circulation videos from a certain part of the Volta region. Originally shared by TV3's Faisal, he's the correspondent in the Volta region, of the agents allegedly belonging to a microfinance company who entered a private facility, allegedly brutally. If you saw the video, bloody, beating of someone they said owed the company in order to enforce debt collection. Look, this is completely unacceptable. And I hope that the police will get to the bottom of this matter. If someone owes you money, there are processes laid down by law to collect the money. It is true that some, debtors are paying in the backside. Banks are fixing it. We all owe in one way or the other. But the way to do it is not what the video appears to show. And so I hope that the police in the Volta region will get into this particular matter and the people responsible will be held accountable. The company is at liberty to use all the processes laid down by law to enforce and collect their debt. But how they went about it, from the video I've seen, is completely unacceptable. And there should be criminal liability for that.
Exactly. Let's move on to tech news, and we stay locally because the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations has given 2,000 laptops to the University of Ghana to support the implementation of the 1 million coders program, which obviously is meant to help Ghanaians with equip Ghanaians with critical digital skills. So this was after 500 laptops had been presented to the university earlier. And the minister commended the university for integrating the 1 million coders program into their curriculum because he feels that it's a very important thing for Ghanaian youth to be equipped with digital skills which will serve them best in future. So,
the university management has been on a campaign to provide a laptop for each student who is unable to grab one for themselves. So the one student, one laptop initiative. So I'm sure this will go a long way to boost that agenda and increase IT, proficiency and all. Right, we like it. Thank you. That was taking social media trends.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter, Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
hello, sir. Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Max buy some dedabo. Yes, Max buy C beto bibia falla. Enjoy up to 50% discount on all items. This Friday, all roads lead to Max buy shops. Come get your mobile phones, ACs, TVs, washing machine, swallow maker, and more. Up to half the price. For further enquiries, call us on 054-401-9552. It's Max Buy Day and Bibia ye falla.
You know what our father left us when he died?
Debts?
He left us land, Eno. But Nanayo said the land is his. The court said, come back in 2031.
Hey, that's not an inheritance. That's a curse, brother.
Real Ejapade doesn't come with disputes. At Deftraco Woodlands, a 592-acre master plan gated city in Dawenya, your inheritance is waiting. Don't leave your children a court case. Leave them Deftraco Woodlands, the Ejapade they will be proud of. Visit woodlands.devtracogroup.com. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0208 732 302.
Kofi, I think we need to call them.
Deftraco Woodlands, where your roots run deep.
From the heart of Africa we stand, building dreams across the land. Every step we lay aside, helping you rise, taking you higher. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. We go there for you night and day. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher.
Okay, my hungry boy. What are we trying today? Looks like we've got a pack of Cerelac rice.
He's licking his lips.
Nestle Cerelac offers delicious new flavors. Just one serving helps your little one to discover the world of taste and texture. Find Nestle Cerelac in wheat, rice, fruits, and maize for your baby's taste adventures that help them grow. Cerelac, care for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Right, so the Alexis University is inviting you to world-class education that is market-driven. They run programs undergraduate in nursing, midwifery, human resource management, a host of others. You find out more when you jump onto delexisuniversity.edu.gh. They are located at Tema Community 25 Peace B Junction. Admission is in progress, so call WhatsApp 0577-734-549 and imagine a world where your power never fails, your data is always secure, and your business never stops. That's the world Left Signature Limited is building every single day, from expert electrical engineering services to cutting-edge renewable energy solutions like solar microgrids. Left Signature keeps your world powered and protected. Our data center and cloud services ensure maximum uptime, seamless connectivity, and strong disaster recovery, so your business never misses a beat. We also deliver custom applications, ERP systems, and AI-powered solutions designed to boost productivity. Download the app, LEP app, from the App or Play Store. 0256 111 811. Leftsignature.com is where to find us. Lashibi North Celebrity Estate is where our office is.
In the meantime, ditch the banking hall queues and parking hassles. The CowBank app helps you securely send money, pay bills, and manage your finances right from your phone in seconds, whether you're on a lunch break or relaxing at home. Switch to the CowBank mobile app today. It saves time, all in one convenience it provides with ultimate flexibility. Now, download it on the App Store or the Google Play Store to get started. CowBank, forward together. Vita Infant Cereal with milk is making feeding time easy and rich with 16 essential vitamins and minerals. You only need to add previously boiled water. We have 3 exciting variants: wheat, rice, maize, for a price of just 5 cedis, 50 pesos. This real value for money, affordable, nutritious, and convenient. Vita, good nutrition for a strong start. This advert is FDA approved. I wanted to mention that yesterday and today, the 9th session of the Ghana Urban Forum was held in Accra with the launch of the National Urban Policy and the National Slum Upgrading and Prevention Strategy. I'm looking for copies to see.
Yeah.
Whilst we do not denigrate the importance of these discourses and these strategies, we like to emphasize that what happened over the weekend, the case study of Tema Mahian, should be a clear and present reminder to all those doing this program, the Ministry of Local Government, NDPC, that there are real issues on the ground that require both long-term planning and immediate attention. While we are not saying we don't appreciate long-term planning on policy making, a strategy is only as good as how it is implemented. And the assemblies must be made to sit up to do what is required of them. We are waiting to see what the national urban policy is. If there's a policy, we need to know what it is so we can measure what the assemblies do against the policy. And then also the national slum upgrading and prevention strategy, which I believe is a part of the policy. Clearly, the urban policy would propose that we upgrade certain slums and we prevent the formation of new slums. But slums are forming every day right under our noses based on the actions and inactions of our assembly. So I always want to remind duty bearers that, sometimes we get caught up in the niceties of strategy design and stuff. And there are people who get frustrated with that and say, you know what? Get to the ground and get the work done. People are, I think a few days ago, somebody sent me a message that people have started parking cars under the Palace Mall interchange, supposedly to sell them. I think after the announcement, somebody went to remove it. There are many, many places that people inappropriately begin to assemble and put up kiosks. So, and the assemblies look on unconcerned, and then slums develop. So, whilst the slum upgrading and prevention strategy is being launched, there are people right now in many parts of the cities undermining our decent urban development. So, I want to remind those at this conference not to forget that the real work is on the ground. As they say, agronomy firm. And again, I have no problem with strategy. In fact, I'll be at the program today. But I really want to say that, sometimes because the problems are so many, we make a lot of work around discussing the problem. But there are people with the responsibility as we speak to get things done. And on this issue of our unsanitary beaches and beachfronts, I want to remind again the institutions, the assemblies that have their demarcations close to beaches. So from Ashedu Keteke, Ododio to La, to Klotekoli, to Teshi, to Nungwa, to Tema.
It should be from Aplau to Axib.
Thank you. I think there must be in the strategy for slum upgrading and urban policy, we must carve out special responsibility for assemblies that include beachfronts, because our beaches are the landing sites of the fish we consume. Number two, the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture must collaborate with the Ministry of Local Government to implement this strategy as it pertains to the management of our beachfronts. I think the Ministry of Tourism should also be involved, because our beaches have become known for housing our castles and also their leisure centers, tourism, and that kind of thing. The undermining and the destruction of our beaches by open defecation and the dumping of refuse into drains ending at our beaches should be seen as a serious crime. It shouldn't be just seen as somebody's preference, that even though there's a public toilet, I prefer the beach. No, we should not allow people's preferences to undermine our collective health. And so, whilst we work to eradicate open defecation, it should be made much more serious on our beaches, because our beaches are the places where our fish is brought. Sometimes that's where our fish is dried. You get me? So it should be, and of course, our beaches are also tourist sites for leisure. Defecating on beaches should be outlawed and enforced. So all those experts who are discussing the urban strategy and all the beautiful things they are putting together, I'm waiting for the strategy to see what it has to say about beaches. Number three, don't wait for the cameras to do your work. Okay. The voice clip said, we've been planning to do this for a long time, but the matter has been pushed up and therefore we went. I don't think that's good enough. because the bus stop boys just happen to have routinely gone there. I do recognize, yesterday Mr. Sky posted some article about 4 challenges environmental health officers face, and I'll let him elaborate on that.
Yeah.
I do not sit here to say that they don't work with they work with alcohol. Everybody has constraints.
Yeah.
But I'm not even blaming the environmental health workers or environmental sanitation officers alone. What we are saying is that the assemblies must prioritize the cleanliness of our beaches. Because when you pollute the beaches, you endanger lives. And it's something that we should not accept. Sky, yesterday you posted something. I don't know where you got it from.
Yeah, that's right.
And why you put that up.
So, following the discussions we had yesterday, a number of the environmental officers in the districts got in touch.
True.
To complain about the poor conditions, as they put it, under which they work. Lamenting that these are some of the reasons why we continue to see these terrible reports emanating from the various markets in parts of the country, and that if we do not highlight these things, we will continue to receive these reports, because it is one thing having some officers in place. It's an entirely different matter having those officers go into the fields to actually monitor, carry out surveillance, and in some cases respond to reports that have been made to them by people who are aggrieved about the conditions in these markets. So, one of the officers was able to send us detailed assessment of what the situation is for these environmental officers, and we should highlight them, so that there are 5 actually.
Go ahead.
The first one has got to do with mobility and logistics.
Okay.
And they argue that lack of official vehicles, inadequate logistics for staff mobility to reach inspection sites and working areas. Now, general resource constraints, so that they are talking about insufficient tools, equipment, and resources required to execute daily operations effectively. The second plank to their concerns is enforcement, administrative, and political barriers. Some of the issues we've raised here. So they say
want
that
to do the work, but
inadequate legal and enforcement support. So the difficulty in enforcing health regulations without strong legal backing, political and external interference. So pressure or interference from prominent individuals or political figures impacting the official work. So in cases where people have been reported, they investigated and arrested the people, what happens is political people either in the district or outside of the district intervene and say, no, this person, you can't take this person to court. Where you are taking the person to court, they intervene to halt the prosecution. And then also the issue of administrative delays. They say that functioning under central administration rather than as an independent department is leading to delayed or denied project approval. So they are looking for some element of autonomy there to be able to do their work properly. And then there's friction when it comes to management, lack of cooperation, with top level. So the top level, you want to do something, the guy at the top says, no, you can't do it because this person is this or that and that. And that is also one of the major planks of...
Did they describe how they do their work? Do they go by car? Do they walk? How do they...
So I'll come to that when I finish with the various elements. The next one is field safety and hazardous conditions. So they say that physical safety risks, exposure to unsafe inspection sites, and unpredictable field hazards. Biological hazards are also mentioned here. We're working in conditions that present biological contamination and infection risk. So you know that in some of these sites that you go to where chemicals are being spilled or industrial waste is being pumped into a particular river, in some cases to properly inspect, you need gloves, you need to be properly attired, so that you don't get exposed to some of these harmful chemicals. But for some reason, they don't have these things. So they are not able to respond effectively to reports like that when they get made to them, or where they themselves see these things. It is almost impossible to go and do proper inspection, because in some cases you have to collect the samples, take them to a lab and do proper testing. But the container that you need to collect the samples, you don't have the containers. In some cases, they say they use their own money to buy, but testing, who has to pay for it? Is it the state paying for it, or the person who is reporting? or the industry that is supposed to be breaching the law. These are all issues that they have articulated. The next one is workplace culture. There are 5 actually. Workplace culture and social dynamics. So they say workplace hostility, exposure to hostility from both superior officers and then office management and members of the public. So in some cases, they are going to an area to resolve a problem. The people who are victims of the problem are rather attacking them. You understand? So that's an issue. And then in some cases, because some members of staff have vested interest in some of these communities, either they have taken a few things here and there to look away, they are fighting their colleagues who want to deal with the problem. So maybe he is in issuance of permits, and she is into environmental inspection and related matters. And because he has gone to take something, he doesn't want his colleague who is in the space of environmental, compliance and all of that. Exactly, doesn't want that to go on. So that friction, they've reported.
So 5 big problems.
Yeah,
5 troubles, 1 God.
The final one is staffing, workload, and psychological impact. So they say understaffing. Inadequate staff coverage relative to the scope of responsibilities, leading to excessive workloads. So according to them, in one particular area, let's take for instance, you were working in the Medina area, right? My understanding is that to be able to engage the spaces properly, you need between 60 to 70 or 80 environmental health officers on the ground. Yeah. But they have something, I think, under 30 or so. So they under 20.
They can't employ more hands.
So it will come to the revenue.
Do you know how many there are in the country?
I don't have that information. So that is a big issue. You understand? And then they also talk about inadequate office space. So in some cases, I had one report from the La area where they say the office that the environmental people they are occupying, it's like this studio or something about that side.
Very small.
With plenty of them crammed into one space.
The work is underground.
No, the work may be on the ground, but you see, this is not how other cities are run. You understand? You need a proper space with the tools that you need to actually do your work. But cramming people, a dozen or more of them, into one small space and hope that they will be able to deliver the deliverables is completely unacceptable. And then the psychological stress that results from such conditions of working conditions. If you go to work and you are standing, as we are told in some of these offices, you don't have a seat to sit on, you don't have a chair or whatever, you don't have a desk to use. And when you go to the field, the kinds of things that you see, without any body advising you as a shrink on what to do and what not to do, these are some of the concerns that they have articulated.
So we cannot say that we want the environment to be clean when the people whose boots are on the ground are not given the right resources to do that.
Exactly.
We know that when we want to do anything, we always find resources for them. Where we put our priorities, where our money always goes to. So when we go to our markets, our bus stops, and the market situation, the sanitary situation is what it is. We cannot pretend to be surprised.
Exactly.
Because the people who are supervising, the people who are making sure they're monitoring and giving feedback and ensuring people do the right thing, you starve them of the resources they need to get the job done. It is almost impossible to expect a clean city.
Pascal, I want to say that let's not make it seem, and I'm talking to you, that as if what we are seeing on our beachfront is the sole responsibility of the people you just spoke about. You know, they are indeed the lady who led the team on the day to do an inspection is properly described as an environmental health worker. Okay, so yes, they are the arrowheads. They are called environmental health officers. They are the arrowheads for the assemblies on the ground, and we know they have challenges, but what we are describing collectively is beyond the welfare of the environmental health officers. Do you get it? We are talking about an interagency collaboration to save our beaches from destruction. That cannot be the responsibility of just environmental health officers alone.
That's true.
Do you understand? Because you are talking about who are the custodians of the beach? The fisher folk. The tourism companies,
True.
The chiefs,
even chiefs, and now some waste management companies. because some waste is treated supposedly at the beach. So when we say our beaches are filthy, using the Mahi as an example, the environmental health officers shouldn't think that we are putting all the blame on them. So we understand they have issues, but the type of change we are hoping to see is not just based on, because if, for example, there are issues with the way fisher folk perceive their workspace, because the beach is their workspace. They go and bring the fish. They have landing beaches in some places. How do they manage the landing beach? What equipment are they using to do the smoking or the drying of the fish? Okay, what are the rules around that? So my concern is we are very quick to solve one inconvenient problem and go back to sleep. That's a symptom one of Ghana. Number two, we are quick to blame one person. Oh, the Sama people, they are not working anymore. The DCEs in the coastal areas should have a beach management joint task force. From Aflao to Elubo. I think there was something called coastal development, which I don't know what happened to it. But there clearly has to be some collaboration with the Ministry of Fisheries, the assemblies that face the sea from Ketu South, where he's from, all the way to Shama to wherever. And they have to have a standing work approach, because a number of things are happening. Because we are not clearing our refuse well, a lot of bola is getting
up
at the beach because the sea will reject it. Okay, Galamsey water is polluting a lot of the estuaries.
For those in the mining areas,
the mangroves have been taken over, and therefore their work of being the sponge of the earth
is gone.
Is affecting beaches. We are selling parts of the beachfronts to hotels to also do their whatever, for whatever reason. Then citizens are dumping refuse and also defecating on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
You get it? So this is it's a massive issue. And as I'm saying, there's a discussion going on at the National Urban Forum.
Okay.
It was as if Providence brought this problem. They need to go. I think the whole thing, when they finish today, they should go to.
But I tell you what, in 2012, the Minister for Local Government was Samuel Attah-Mensah.
Yeah.
He signed a document. It's also called the National Urban Policy Framework.
No, so
when I look at the table of content and I compare it to the one ongoing, the subject matter they are discussing is the same thing.
No, Caleb, there is reviewed. So this is the thing. It's not a new policy. So the way the governance works, from the way I understand it, you need to regularly review these policies. So this is the 9th version. We have, so that's what I'm saying. In Ghana, the policies are there. So this is the latest version to take cognizance of some of the new issues like green cities, climate change, and those things. But I'm not, are you telling me that 70 years of independence, this is the first time I have a national urban policy? We obviously have one. So what I'm trying to say is that these exercises are good. You go and update it, but the challenge is implementation. You get it? The problem in Ghana is not a problem of lack of laws or lack of policies. It's an inertia of action. You get it? So we need to reorganize the assemblies to be action oriented. There's a lot of inertia and a lot of minimalist approach. And I'm saying that our beach fronts, you see, this is a tragedy. You only hear of fish issues during elections. Oh, fish remix. You know, of course, some of the people who are complaining are the same perpetrators of the crimes at the beaches anyway. But what tends to happen is that politicians carve out the interest of specific groups. So when they come to the sea, they say, the previous government didn't give you free mix, so I'll give it to you for free. Vote for me. That's all. Instead of saying, let's develop the beachfronts and tell you, stop. They don't say that. That should be a campaign message. Because in 2026, you cannot be going to the beachfront and doing open defecation there. No, you can't allow that. You get it? And it should not just be, I'm giving you premix. You have to tell them that this thing you are doing, your future is under threat. That your livelihood is more threatened by open defecation than it is by lack of premix. You get it? But we don't say that. We find easy ways of giving them handouts, and they also take it, and we continue with that. Education at the coastal areas, very, very poor. We have had kids, some of whom have to choose between following their father to sea and going to school. Because you've lived there, you know. Sometimes the culture is, my son must work with me. So there's a lot of social problems, delinquency, teenage pregnancy, a lot of poverty. So it must not be treated as an environmental health, people go there and clamp down. It's a major issue that requires, and I think that last point before Samuel comes, the MPs in the coastal areas also need to come together. The MPs and the assemblies, because they have concerns that are unique to them. You see, there are MPs for cocoa growing areas. I think across parties, the MPs from coastal communities have coastal interest, issues around sea defense. They need to come together. I think among them, there are about 3 or 4 of them are ministers. The minister for tourism is a coastal MP. The minister for fisheries is a coastal MP. I even think the minister for lands is a coastal MP.
Elembele.
Yeah. In fact, if you push it,
of course, the deputy minister for transport is from Jomoro, a coastal member.
The deputy minister for local government is in fact, Samuel George is a coastal MP.
Yeah.
There are many. You see, sometimes the way you perceive the problem determines how you approach it. You are from a coastal area. He's from a coastal area. You know the challenges. There are lifestyle issues, but we cannot leave it to just an assembly that we know is not well to deal with the matter.
Just to mention quickly, one of the unique challenges they face is the lack, in many cases, of toilet facilities, and it is related to something else. The land tenure there. Many of these people along the beach, they are from migrant communities.
That is what it is.
So they come and then they lease the land from either the local chiefs or local families who, are along the shore.
Yeah.
And they basically they live in shacks. Wooden houses here, tabo, they sometimes call it okroblah, or this palm front, they use it to do their thing. And in many cases, they don't have toilet facilities.
Charlie,
you understand? And there is no requirement enforced thereof that even where you live in these shacks, at least you should do something decent enough to allow you to do your business in the morning or at night. You understand? So because of that, once they have built their shacks, they think that the best way to go and dispose of their business is to go to the shore. In cases where these things have been built for them, sometimes we build the wrong ones. If you go and build WC for these people, and because you need specific,
so you must consult them, find out what
exactly
their preference is.
I think that the point you have made is very, very important. We need the stakeholders within that space to come together and distill a plan that should work. Because we cannot continue. Elsewhere, big property, big front.
It's
prime.
It's a fortune.
We even used to do cleanup with the EU on save our beaches and things, Kofi Chikata and co. There's nothing new with our problems. What is lacking is determination and willingness to execute.
Okay. And then quickly before Samens comes in, the other point that you made about the coastal MPs. You see, many of the problems that end up along the beach, they are from far inland.
It's true.
That's also true.
You see, so while the coastal MPs have got to do their work, it is also important that the assemblies inland also do their part, because many of the rubber, sachet, all these things you see ending up there, they are not originating from the coastline. Yes, some come from there,
but they are coming all the way from inland.
Yesterday, I saw a very troubling video from Jamestown. It was earlier published by one of those blogging sites, Jamestown Television or so.
Okay, yeah.
The traditional people were going around sprinkling their kukli, right? And the bola, the garbage on which they were sprinkling the kukli, these rubber bags, sachet water, styrofoam, all of these things, basa. And I don't think that our gods, as we traditionally know them, are filthy like that. You understand? But these things have come in from what? Far inland. So what it means is that the MPs, the DCEs, the assembly people, the citizens who are in the northern part, the middle part, who have water bodies running through their communities, who think that they are wise, they dump their things into the drains, they all end up on the coast. So there has got to be some collaboration in between the people at the coast and the people inland to be able
apparently
to
even the minority leaders from a coastal constituency, the deputy majority leader. Indeed, when you take from Hafasini to Aflao, you have a lot of solid legislators
representatives
who Shama is the fisheries minister, Cape Coast is there, Winneba is there, Tema is there, La Osu, Ada, Keta, Ketu, Axim, You know, Samuel, so this coastal business of bola coexisting with dried fish, and people are also doing number two. You know, you are from a coastal constituency, I think on
both sides.
Yes, maternal and paternal side. So you know, and you know, somebody was saying that Temaman here is a unique case. Is it different from what happens in some of the other coastal areas, from what we've seen in the footages?
Okay, so I think what has happened is that the features of the coastal areas are similar along the entire coast. Now, the distortion occurs where you have an influx of people migrating from other places to ply their trade. And when they come, accommodation becomes an issue.
True.
And so they convert any and everything they see for their enterprise and also for their shelter.
True.
And in so doing, it brings about a new settlement. We talked about the one at Avle by the Kole, similar fashion. People came there to ply trade. The next we saw they were living, and that's what has happened. But the MPs will have an interest in making sure that things are sorted out properly. But I think the buck stops with the assemblies.
Still.
The buck stops because, it's pure development. And MPs will do things that will give them votes, not things that will sustain the viability of the community. There are times that the two may coincide.
Right.
You get me? So we still have a lot of work to do from the local government system through their agencies.
Right.
At times, I think that we need to rework the structure of the assemblies.
Okay.
So that the assemblies can generate money, revenue for development. When you have a responsibility to develop a community, and yet every substance, every money you require has to come from somewhere. Which source makes a determination based on one, availability, and balancing different things, considerations. This idea of development will be a mirage for a very long time to come. Now, in Ghana, what I have noticed is that we want to develop everywhere at the same time. And I haven't seen any country do this kind of thing.
Right. You spread yourself thin.
We want to develop everywhere at the same time.
We have this egalitarian
equality thing. It doesn't work that way.
Regional balance.
You mark some places, develop, put premium on it for people to make a choice of consuming what you've offered at a higher cost.
Okay.
So that the gains will be used to develop other places. I've oversimplified it. But what I'm saying is that this thing of let's develop everywhere at the same time, this is what has brought us here. In so doing,
the national cake.
Yes, you call it national cake,
Because there will be political agitations, and all that.
So we are stretched between a political solution and a development solution.
So are you saying we should prioritize, for example, if we are prioritizing coastal communities, we prioritize because of the various roles they play, fishing, and then population density as well. When you take the coastal constituencies, I think there are a lot of people who live there. So are you saying we should try and prioritize?
I wouldn't want to use the word prioritize. I'll say that let's emphasize our needs. This is what we need to do, because there's always a hub and spoke. If we are able to develop, say, Jamestown, what does it mean to Nsawem? What does it mean to Suhum? That kind of development matrix I'm talking about, that they are all interconnected, because there's a trader in Suhum who travels to Choco to come and take smoked fish back to Suhum to go and sell. Is it okay that we pay attention to Choco? We have something called a Choco smoker. Have we revised the processing of fish smoking in the last 30 years?
I don't think so.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Now, more people travel because, you see, the more they come from Suhum, there's something that tells them that if I can come and live in Chokotu, I probably may have it cheaper than every day going. Right. So you have the influx and it's uncontrolled.
Yeah.
Because of that, the slums keep coming up.
Let me ask you a question. If you want to develop a place like Choco, fishing community, high population, what should be the key things? Is it more the landing beach type of thing, or create some livelihood for the people, or is it schools? Or because there's so many challenges there.
It's not schools.
What do you start with?
Schools. You need to first of all livelihood.
Give them work.
Yes.
Or improve their work.
Grant them some convenience within the spaces. For instance, if there are no toilets there, you can't tell them not to go and poo at the beach.
So provide toilets.
You understand? You need to provide it.
But what if you provide and don't use? Because according to the report,
it's not possible that you provide and they don't use.
From what I heard from in the report, in the report of Temamai here, the reporter spoke to some people there, and some of them were saying that the toilet they can't pay.
Yeah, so you haven't provided. So you dumped it there. You haven't provided.
So don't just put the toilet there.
You just put it there. But did you determine how much the people,
the
economy of that soft space you are dealing with? There are some people who genuinely cannot pay. And
so remove all barriers to usage of the toilet, and then you can arrest
not people. Because you are lowering the whatever for them.
No, I get you.
But you are creating a certain convenience that spares you the headache.
Correct.
Increasing your medical.
So you are saying that the cost of people open defecating is higher than if you even make the thing 50 pesos. I think that's the point, right? So if you want people to stop open defecating, provide enough toilets at the beachfront as a starting point.
In the community, not necessarily at the beachfront, but within the community.
Second one,
it's usable.
You talk of livelihood. So in the terms of the fish dryers, so are you then saying the government should now provide the new, because they put the fish on the floor, on the ground, right? So provide them some
materials. The government should look at a concentrate on dealing with the cooperative associations, so that in dealing with them, we can provide health services, provide education on how things are done properly. Because you see, if you deal with them individually, there's always a problem.
Okay.
But if you apply the cooperative approach, it's more sustainable.
Okay.
Because if you are not there, the leadership of the cooperative will take over the responsibility of educating people. I mean, some definitely will go wayward, but it's a better approach of dealing with them as cooperatives.
And you think the assemblies are better for this than the MPs? Because I feel like the MPs have more political capital. Because a lot of these MPs are ministers.
No, what I'm saying, again, it's not between MP and versus assembly. I'm only saying that when the MP wakes up, in his heart, he wants development. In his mind, he has to be at Parliament.
Yeah.
Because he's the people's representative, and that's his core job.
Yes, in his mind, he has to be at Parliament.
He can't lead this effort.
But as for the assembly, when he wakes up, everything has to do with development. But if the resources are not there, or the channels of raising revenue for development work are restricted, then what we have done is we have actually restricted development. It comes back to bite us. Bernard, at times we talk about lack of development in certain communities. Casually, your thinking is that lack of development is limited to that community. So in the area of health, if there's lack of development and poor health practices, it cannot be limited to that community. Some way, somehow, because of the function of transportation, that problem will find its way to the urban area.
But I want you to stay on the local beach community. So you've spoken about the necessity of providing livelihoods. You've spoken about providing them decent amenities like toilets and that type of thing. There's a school of thought too that there's also a mindset challenge where you can do only as much because there are people who are used to the way they live. All right, it has its impugning. What's Mokoyo? Okay, so I mean, again, we have an urgent problem of insanitary beaches, and that's where a lot of our fishes are coming from. Where should the priority be? Should you start by trying to educate people, or it's too long? So
let's start by providing toilets.
Provide the toilet first.
Yes.
So you are saying that if we go to a lot of these communities, they don't have toilets in the community. That's why they go to the beach.
Functioning. I mean, look, there's a practice, okay, which if persists becomes a culture.
So if we should provide functional, accessible toilets in these communities,
yes,
and then through some education,
yes,
they will stop using the sea.
Because then you win some, you lose some. Over time, you win the majority. Then you can start punishing people for choosing to defecate on the beachfront instead of using what you have provided.
So provide it, make it accessible, and then enforce the rule that no number 2 on the beach.
Exactly. Bernard, okay. Well, you see, the thing is that after providing, you get to the next step of providing premium toilets where people make a choice to pay more if they want to use it.
Right. That's the second level.
That's the second
for those
level.
who may not want to use the public one.
Yeah. That's
so you can do a free public toilet and then a paid premium service.
Yes. Even if it's not free, something minimal, then you get to where people have to pay because,
but hold on, I'm still with you. Is this, so let's, Atu Forsen was here last week. So let's assume you've done a scoping study and you've determined that we need 250 toilets from Avle to Elubo with various intensities, and then it's probably going to cost us 500 million cedis for phase 1. Are you sure you can make a case for such a thing in this current economic environment?
Well, because we don't have all the numbers, what I'll say is that we need to compare that to the cost of what we stand to lose if we don't go that way.
You see, we don't think like that. That's the problem with us. Yeah. We don't discuss things from opportunity cost. So it's interesting you're saying this. Like if we allow the status quo to continue, it will cost us more than even the 500 million.
Yes, because it costs us on 3 different points. It costs us on the issue of tourism. It costs us on the issue of health.
It does.
And then eventually it costs us on the issue of social community development.
So tourism loses. Health we lose,
social development.
But we don't even budget like that because I'm being honest with you.
But that's how public policy is made.
So
for instance, yesterday, 2 days ago, I brought you a figure about how many people are getting sick in a year because of food related, poisoning and related matters. Many of these from the beach side, right? And we are told that 200,000 of them get hospitalization. That's outside of people who go that's right. So if you look at that number alone, and then we are told that how many people get how much do we lose as a result? $70 million annually because of just that area alone. Wow. So if you use this particular figure, you multiply it by how much are we doing for the dollar now? It's around 11.
Let's say 11.5 or 12.
You multiply it by 70. So what it tells you is that if you are able to confront the problem along the beach, people using the right sanitation, facilities to do their business, then at least you would have made a huge dent on the number of people who are getting hospitalized as a result of unhygienic food they are eating.
So let me come back.
Typhoid will go down, and all the cholera related and all of these problems that we deal with, it will have impact on how much we spend to keep the hospitals running, and beds which otherwise are occupied by people who are suffering from conditions like this will be available for people who have had conditions.
So for me, I agree with the two of you, but I always say that if you listen to the clamor for development, even on this radio program, roads, bridges, there's a lot of airtime given to infrastructure. Then there's also the need for schools and buildings. So Haruna was here a few days ago and that kind of thing. So it seems as if topics like public toilets for people in beach communities is very low on the rank, even though the damage is very high. Second point, the same approach you are using for the toilets can be the same approach you can use for the smoking of fish, where modern fish dryers can be procured for the people. But again, cost and then patronage. I think the problem we have in Ghana is that even if they want to do it, because of political advantage, it will be done mother side, father side. It becomes a whole issue.
That's the point I was making, that we have a stretch between political solutions and development solutions.
So you think that if I'm on a dryer, there's a modern, so I'm told reliably that the price of fish smoking has been revised. The Food Research Institute came up with the choco smoker. It has been upgraded to make it more efficient. My question is, do we know how much it costs and how many of the, you call it cooperatives? Okay, by the way, the woman who was drying the fish on the beach, did she do it because she didn't have access to a dryer, or she was doing it because that's what she prefers?
So generally, it is an exception to have them using some other form of, system to dry.
They don't want to use it.
What is traditionally done is you go lay something on the floor, or you don't lay anything on the floor at all.
Yeah, you just dry in the pavement.
You understand? Or in some cases, they put clay on the floor, like, and they put it on, they lay it on the floor, and then you put the thing on it. Or where you can afford, you do cement, pavement of some kind, and then you dry the thing on it. So you have clay in there, you have cement in there, and then you have the soil, the sand from the beach. That's what they use for the
So are you saying that if the government said, like the toilet situation, the government said, you know what, from 2027, we don't think drying fish on the bare floor is acceptable. We are going to provide X number of modernized choco dryers for all the
communities along the coast.
And that we are giving you a 3-month window to stop drying your fish on the floor. Would they resist it?
No, I don't think so. But the question is, the sunk cost, who is taking it up?
The money they used to fly abroad, they should use it for that.
So once this, but you see, again, it has to be sustainable.
You see, they will resist it, but that shouldn't be an issue.
It has to be sustainable. They
will resist it. Any form of change, intervention, some people will resist it, not because it's not good, but it takes away a certain convenience. So they will resist it, but we need it for the bigger good of society. So the enforcement question now comes in. You understand? If you want to restructure, you restructure. There will be fallout, but there has to be enforcement. Secondly, the need for expansion, because the moment people see that it's working, it's going to attract more people to go into the space. Then thirdly, we need to think of relocation, because over time the space cannot contain the people who are going to ply the kind of trade. So we need to find a way of expanding by looking for other locations.
I want to tackle one of the issues you raised, the choco smoker business. On the face of it, there's nothing wrong with the traditional way of smoking fish. On the face of it, if you do it properly. What are the elements involved? First of all, you have to make sure that the fish, once taken out of the sea, you are processing it properly. The kind of water that you use, how you remove the intestines and all of that, you have to do that under hygienic conditions. When I saw my grandmother in this business, they always had, we call it wire gauze, like these sieve, the one that we use to do mosquito nets and all of that. Wire mesh. Not that one is not wire.
No, wire gauze.
Wire gauze. They use that. So that it prevents the flies from reaching the fish. You understand? What I saw from the videos from the Tema area, the flies were directly feasting on the fish. And these big ones, once they land and they leave their thing there. So that's the problem. So even if you are doing traditional...
Hold your thoughts.
Good.
For me, the difficulty is not the fact that the fly is there. The difficulty is the fact that the person who is doing the work doesn't have a problem with the fly settle on it.
That's an issue.
They don't have a problem because they think, I don't bani. you know, so they don't have a problem because they think, look, Sky, do you believe that some people actually think that the more flies will feast on it, the better the thing becomes?
So we have a lot of work on the education side.
What? Yes.
Some people believe
they say it will help the thing ferment quickly.
Oh my word!
For Totobi, do you know Totobi? For Momoni, for Totobi.
Yes. Back to the solution. I think there's a method here. It says, look, provide the better alternative. Educate the people on its importance. Then enforce the rule against its breach. So you don't just start by saying Akbanya your colleague. What you do is build toilets in the communities, which toilets can be dislodged regularly, not toilets that after 1 month they'll say functioning toilets.
Yes.
Make it accessible. So you can build different levels. You can do some free, some 1 cedi, some whatever. So you have no excuse. Okay, now that you have no excuse, then you educate people and say, look, we are no longer going to allow number 2 on the beach. If we catch you, you are in trouble.
Then you need prosecutors in the district.
Whatever you want to do. But you see, it's a systematic, because we are emotive. People also want to just go and arrest people. But he's saying, what you do for toilets, do for the fish as well. So the fish come up with a solution that is better than what they are using. Spend time to educate them on its use. Make it available. And then in a way, you will change the culture of just because, Sky, whilst the method you are describing may be right, the danger is that if the beach is not clean, we can't depend on that seller to enforce it. But the modernized one has an inbuilt system where it's not on the floor. So at least it's better. You get it? Yeah. So you have to use the technology. You cannot cannot leave it to people's because individuals will do what is convenient.
Exactly.
But the leadership must do what is correct.
But what I'm trying to say is that even as we modernize, the traditional elements, right, we should not completely wipe them away. So for instance, if people can use safe, what do you call it? The gbado, how do you call it? Oven, right? Yes. To be able to smoke their fish. There are 2 elements to it. When you use the coconut husk, is that the name, the term for it? You are recycling in a way. Right,
for the burning.
Yeah, for the burning.
Okay.
But again, it also has impact on carbon, pollution and related matter. Yeah. And what that also does is that it impacts the health of the women who are doing it.
Most of them, their sight is
exactly the sight, and then respiratory issues and all of that. So the question is there a way of, even if we are not going to go for the high end choco, what do you call it? Because it will be priced out of the reach of many of the local people. Can we ensure that there are modern ways, or there are ways of modernizing the clay one that they do in their villages, so that first of all it cuts out the level of emission that we see, which impacts the climate, and then also the respiratory issues that arise from how they do the traditional way of smoking. I think we have enough expert scientists in the KNUSTs, Takwa Mine School, all of these places, exactly, who should be able to come together and say, yes, this is the traditional way of doing, where people cannot afford, or government is incapable of ensuring that all of these communities do have these things. They should be able to use this alternative, the traditional means of doing it, but in a way that is safe for the community, safe for the people who are using it, and then also the people who are buying the fish. Because mind you, some people use tires,
vehicle tires,
to do the smoking. Now, I mean, I'm not a scientist, but the rubber that they are burning, the fuel that they use to burn, right? The question is whether what it is emitting, and when it goes into the fish, what impact would it have ultimately on the person consuming it? So these are all critical questions that we should think around.
Well, the man from the coast,
for a lot of the things that we are discussing, trust me, if you go to some of our institutions, CSR, and they have all these solutions sitting down. I'm telling you. Nothing we have said here is new. I'm telling you. See, if you don't provide, for instance, they are drinking water from the stream, maybe bad stream, and then you legislate that if it's an offense to drink from the stream when you have not provided water for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So people travel Accra, Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, and then on the bus somebody shouts, driver Gina. You know, driver Gina. In the middle of nowhere, the person enters the bush, and then after a while comes and then tells them that we say, "How do this? This is important business." What I'm saying is that, you know, we are laughing at these things, but
I love that guy.
It tells the nature of our development. You understand? Where we've gotten to as a country, these things have to be part of our infrastructure.
Absolutely.
There's a new Accra Kumasi road. From what I have seen, I know that they have envisaged this kind of thing, rest stops. They have about 5 to 10 rest stops along the road. But how we can sustain it is the thing. How private sector can also participate to expand this function, this service. You understand? So if we don't plan in the process of planning, let's note that there are the people who can never afford what you are offering.
Yeah. And sometimes to add to the point about the rest of you know, when we're doing this BRT, we travel to a number of places to see how these things are done. And in the US, for instance, you cannot, as a driver, get up and say you are going to, say, Kumasi, and then you sit on the big bus, and then you drive
6 straight hours
all the way. No.
They won't allow you.
You can't do that.
Mandatory stop.
You have to stop. Now, it is not only dealing with the sanitation matter. It's also a question of safety on the road.
Public safety.
Because some people have issues with blood circulation. Maybe you are a driver with such a problem. Imagine you are driving and your leg is frozen. The reason you stop maybe every 1 hour is to ensure that you get out of the bus, you walk around, in fact, including the passengers. People who have to buy something, people who have to eat something, people who have to, invest in the local economy, people who have to use the washroom. You understand? So they have thought of the whole thing in a holistic manner. They are solving a sanitation problem by providing the facilities in there. They are dealing with people's local economy, because when you go into those shops that are the bus stops, rest stops, you buy a few things. So you invest in the local economy. And then the safety matter. But what do we have? Drivers start from Kwame Nkrumah Circle in their Benz 207. The best they would do is to stop at Nsawam or maybe, what's the name? The other lodge.
That place.
Yeah, that's right. And then, they are going. If we think of safety in the sense other countries are doing it, and then the issue of sanitation and the local economy, the way we have articulated, that problem will be dealt with. Because look at Avle to Accra, the same problem we have. Of course, you get to Sugakope, and then again, go to the Sugakope, where the people do the bread and all of these things, the washrooms that are there. They just do some open thing and people are peeing in. It cannot be right.
And it's the same thing that prevails in most of our bus stations. If you go to the bus stations, it's insanitary. In fact, there are hardly toilets, and when they are, the situation is such that it's even, it makes whatever fester. Let me bring you some messages from our listeners now. Bright Blavo from Ashoman Estate, for example, says, I do not think the demolition exercise is the right approach. To me, it looks more like an activity for the cameras than a sustainable solution. Have the authorities engaged the fishing community to understand their challenge and what support they need to improve hygiene in the processing of fish? If you go to places like Keta, Aflao, or Denu, you will realize that such an approach wouldn't be straightforward because of the traditional leadership and the role of the chiefs. I believe the best way forward is to engage the communities, understand their needs, provide education, necessary support, etc., etc. Bright Blavo, Ashoman Estate. Good morning, CDCBS. This market and sanitation issue, come to Ashaiman under the bridge market and see for yourself. It's God who's been merciful to us in this country. Could you send this from Boteman's Net Flats? Good morning, Bernard and team. Only a few weeks ago, I was at the Jamestown Lighthouse with a tour group, there was a fishmonger. There is a fishmonger slum growing behind the lighthouse, behind the walls of the harbor. Bernard, they share the space with cattle shed, and gosh, the stench. I was embarrassed. Ni sent that from Legon, so he was moving with tourists, and the situation was not good. Kindly keep me anonymous. This isn't happening just in our towns. Even in our secondary schools, it's happening. I stopped eating kenke when I saw how it was prepared in my school's kitchen. The women those days covered their feet with black polythene bags and stepped on the dough in an attempt to knead it. I dislike kenke from them. Black polythene bag.
I mean,
they use their feet to
in
step
this
on
day,
it.
there are all kinds of machines like that from China, which are affordable. I mean, the schools should be able to buy these things. Look, Bernard, a couple of days ago, you go back to the messages.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, I put a video from Japan on the platform about school feeding, how they do it, and how they were preparing the food. The people were wearing nose masks, gloves, the long white apron,
well kitted.
and the principal will eat the food before the kids do, because they have to taste it and be sure that it's of the right quality. There's a chef, a chief chef, who ensures that everything is done properly. You look at the kitchen, you want to sleep there. And we are pounding the thing without, Ghana.
Provide toilets, education, criminalize and enforce punishment for open defecation, engineer our drains river to halt the movement of waste that ends up in it from reaching estuaries. As Bernard always says, education, engineering, enforcement. Maybe we need escalation and emergency execution to Albert said that from Abele.
I like that.
Yeah, it says we should add escalation and emergency execution. More messages. This smoke situation around the fire service training school is a daily thing. Kindly send cameras there if possible, because the air pollution is massive. Bernard, good morning. Hello, CBS team. The episode about the insanitary conditions at Tema Newtown is nauseating. The FDA leadership has failed for too long. They knew what was going on, but had to wait for the Bastard Boys to act. As for the TMA and its leadership, the least said about them, the better. The boss has been sleeping on the job since the get-go. Kofi sent this from Tema, and he's not happy about the MCA in Tema. Bernard, in as much as the problems the environmental workers, work officers
seems valid.
So much as their problems seem valid, there is no excuse for not doing their work. It is a chicken and egg situation. With their limited resources, if they do strict enforcement, they will raise revenue to resolve some of the problems they talk about. If they think they can't do the work, they should peacefully resign. A country with this level of unemployment shouldn't have this problem. See Aqua send that from Saku Mono.
The only problem with that is not every revenue that you raise comes to your organization.
True.
That's the problem.
Another one says they should provide dustbins. Come to Goma Fete, they dump the rubbish on the hill, and when it rains, most of the rubbish is washed into the sea. You have to be dancing with floating polythene bags and takeaway bags. There's a very interesting suggestion from a development finance person. Allow me a minute to read it. It makes sense. It says, good morning, team. I've been thinking about the open defecation problem in our coastal communities and how it keeps causing major health cases, including the annual outbreak of cholera. I think the NHIA can play a much bigger role than we assume. The simple logic is this: NHIA is the one paying for the medical expenses, and thus it sits on their balance in high claims payment. Every cholera or diarrhea case that comes from a community with no toilet ends up as a claim against NHIA. So NHIA carries the cost of a problem it currently has no power to fix. The UK went through something similar. Their NHS accepted years ago that they couldn't treat their way out of problems caused by poor local conditions. So they created two things: a protected public health grant that goes to local councils but is legally tied to health outcomes, and a better care fund where the health payer and the local council are forced to pull more money into one account and agree a joint spending plan. Neither side can spend alone. We can do something similar here. 1. Ring fence 1 to 2% of NHIL for a sanitation window matched by the Assembly's own funds, and spend it only on toilets and safe water in the West Coastal districts. 2. Pay CHIPS compounds and district hospitals a bonus tied to sanitation results in their area, not just patient numbers. 3. Use NHIA claim data as an early warning system. It's the fastest picture we have of where diarrhea cases are rising. 4. Publish quarterly per district how much the diarrhea claims are costing. Let the MMDAs see their own bill. And 5, attach sanitation drives to the NHS enrollment campaign. The guy gives a long...
I think it's a very brilliant
and it ends up as the NHIA shouldn't build toilets, but it should co-fund them, supply the data and set the incentives. My humble view as a development finance person. This is Kofi, you see. Charlie, this is very good thinking.
That's
solid. Let me forward it to you. Send it to Krobams.
that's solid.
No, seriously. Send it to Krobams.
I think it also ties into the discussion we were having before we got on air, which Samen sort of addressed
the revenue
aspect.
Yes.
Because look, if we are able to fix the revenue problem, what it would mean is that we'll have the best hands available in the various districts to be able to prosecute some of these things. Because if, for instance, you are building the toilets and people are not using it, you have got to have a way of arresting the people who are not using it and putting them before court. You understand? So that fines can be paid, or in some cases, people can be put to do community work.
Yeah.
You understand? What that also means is that of all the many lawyers we produce all the time, who are in the court, sometimes all they do is bail business. You can recruit at least 3 per district.
Yeah. Across all the 200 and something districts.
Exactly. What are they doing? They are prosecuting at the district level.
Right.
Public sanitation prosecution.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that you don't put all the burden on the ages department who say they care about bigger matters. So at the local level, you have these 3 lawyers who are in the courts, in the district courts, in their respective jurisdiction, prosecuting people every day.
We saw you at 6:45, number 2 at College Beach. If you have no college defense, give us a course not to fine you, or do 2 weeks of beach cleaning.
Yes.
You won't do it again. Yes. I think it's a powerful idea. If I add that to Kofi's idea, sometimes we have the solution. But I hope the people who have the power are listening.
And really answer
eating fufu this morning.
On top of the refuse around. Let me pay some bills. If you're ready to level up your future, make Academic City your first choice. Academic City students don't just learn, they build, innovate, and lead. Our graduates work with global companies like Apple, Goldman Sachs, Ernst & Young, while others are building startups and driving innovations across Africa. Academic City offers innovative undergraduate and postgraduate programs in engineering, business administration, communications, AI, data science, and cybersecurity. We are also the first university in sub-Saharan Africa to offer undergraduate programs in nuclear engineering and unmanned aerial systems engineering. Professional development courses are also available. Call 053-101-2236 or visit act.edu.gh. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders. Planning for the future begins with the decisions you make today. Save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creation. With EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment options, potential for higher returns, and financial security for retirement and future goals. Your financial independence is possible with EDC, so sign up today. Call us 0302-610-400. We all know that silence. The rent is due. You can't pick up the calls from the landlord. The shop is empty, but you're pretending all is well. Salary finished 2 weeks ago. There's still another week to go. The goods are stuck at the port. The clearing agents keep calling. Listen, your business idea is ready, but there's no cash. That silence has a name. It's called money. Bills breaks the silence whether you need working capital, salary loan, emergency cash, or startup funding. Your Ghana card is all you need. So call Bills Microcredit today. 0596-920-833. Break the silence. Bills go through. Life Source International School is an all-girls STEM and entrepreneurship boarding school where we raise leaders and industry creators. We accept girls from Cambridge JHS1 through A levels, offering a safe learning environment, affordable tuition, scholarship opportunities. 2025-2026 academic year, we're doing that. Admission is open. It's ongoing, so pass by. We focus on STEM and entrepreneurial career path integrated with 7 habits of a leader. We develop the confidence, discipline, and critical thinking skills of your girls. bring them to a Palm Junction Central Region. 055-955-263 is the number to call. LiveSourceGhana.org is where to visit for more information. Bring your girl to Live Source International School because you will give her an education that builds leaders. We have more. Stick with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Admissions. This August, begin your future at Valley View University, the only university that gives you more than a degree. The 2026-2027 academic year begins at all our campuses, Oibi, Kumasi, and Techiman. At VVU, our holistic education builds character, nurtures faith, and prepares all students for real impact in the world market. Our alumni are excelling in fields such as computer science, biomedical engineering, nursing, midwifery, education, communications, business administration, agriculture, agribusiness, theology, and more. Choose VVU. Learn with values, lead with confidence, and serve with excellence. Admissions are open for the September 2026-2027 intake. Apply now at admissions.vvu.edu.gh. VVU, excellence, integrity, and service.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
HR is evolving. Are you ready? Join industry leaders, HR professionals, and business executives at HR Connect Conference 2026 for powerful conversations on transforming HR into a true driver of business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The theme: from certification to competence, why elevating HR is critical for business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The date, 30th and 31st of July 2026 at the Labadi Beach Hotel at 9 a.m. daily. Tickets are going for 2,000 Ghana cedis only. HR Connect Conference 2026. Connect, learn, lead, and transform.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Yes, I know you can. That's why we believe in you. We're giving you the opportunity to be a part of the Literacy Challenge.
Yes. You know, great things start small.
Absolutely.
Right? And if you start very early, chances are so high that you become a big shot later in life.
Absolutely.
You understand? Many of us got involved in what we are because we wrote something at some point.
True.
You know?
True. In fact, I met a lady at one of the law schools in Ghana this week, and she said she's one of the winners. She's the 2019 Literacy Challenge winner.
Exactly.
And she's in charge of some editorial work in the the university. So, I mean, it always starts small.
I'm telling you, because look,
it bats into something beautiful.
You want to get, Rasmus Munduza, what do you call it? Scholarship. You want roads, shivering. All of this, you have to write one essay or the other.
They all matter, yeah.
And someone must read it and say, oh, this essay is compelling.
Yeah.
And therefore, let's give scholarship money to this person. I enjoyed some of those in the UK when I was studying there. So writing essays there, you have to inculcate it. You should make it a part of your being from an early age.
True.
And what are we doing? We are providing an opportunity for young people, young people between 11 and 15 years to be able to showcase their capabilities in the area of essay writing. And we've been doing that with the Literacy Challenge for some time now. Now, we have been talking about this for the past 1 month. We launched it a month ago. We had to extend the deadline to offer opportunity to a greater number of people to actually put in their entries. And to remind those of you who have still not been able to put in your entries, tomorrow is the deadline. Tomorrow, Finchy, is the deadline.
We extended it earlier, right?
Exactly.
But tomorrow there are no extension.
No, there will not be any extension. Okay. Tomorrow's date is the 30th day of July 2026.
Wonderful.
So if we do not receive your entries here at Citi FM by close of day tomorrow, then it means that the opportunity is gone. You probably have to wait for next year. But if you are above 15, then what it means that next year, Charlie,
so you have to look sharp.
Exactly. Now, what are we asking for? We are asking people who are interested in the space, kids who are interested in the space, to, in not less than 600 words, this is the topic, write a letter to the minister responsible for education as a youth consultant, discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence in education. Artificial intelligence or AI in education. Now, you are to advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate artificial intelligence into basic schools to improve teaching and learning. While at the same time ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind.
Nice.
So the key number there is what? Not less than 600 words, right?
It should be handwritten.
Handwritten. Now, the essay must also be endorsed by a parent or guardian or a teacher of your school and must include your full contact details. Like I said, the date for submission is when? Tomorrow. By close of day tomorrow, the paper, the essay you have written, properly put in an envelope, all the requirements met, and you come and deliver it here at Citi FM.
Good one there.
In the alternative, you can also send the thing to P.O. Box, the written essay to P.O. Box. GP 14123 Accra Central. So if you are somewhere in the north of the country and you can't immediately come to Accra, please make sure that you post it and then you send it via mail. For more information, if you want further information, you can call us on 0205 973 973. Now, I want to remind all of us that the Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by Citi FM with support from Channel 1 Television. And it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited.
Nice one.
SIC Insurance and Advocate Publishing.
That's a good one.
So the information again is that if you are between 11 and 15 years old, and you are interested in winning some 10,000 Ghana cedis, because that's what is sitting on the table, the prize money. You know when people went to the World Cup, they got so much money. If you win this, you are getting 10,000 Ghana cedis, a laptop, and national recognition.
Charlie, this one you don't want to miss it. You cannot miss this one. So you have to drop the thing tomorrow.
If you don't do it tomorrow, forget it.
Bring it today, last. Now, it's always a joy to welcome Mr. Barata Akefie back into the studio. You know him already. He's a friend of the station. He's the CEO of Cracks Training Institute. He's here with Jeffrey Pomier. He's the marketing consultant and recent graduate of the Chartered Data Analyst Certification Program. Charlie, welcome back. It's good to see you always.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, how many cohorts do you run for the Chartered Data Analyst Program?
In a year, we do about 5 to 6 cohorts in a year. This year, we've done about 3 already. So this will be number 4.
So how many people do you often train in your in each cohort?
It varies, but averagely, we are looking at about 25 people.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So that you have more time for the people, so they don't just pass out, but the thing goes through them.
Exactly.
I like that. So for those who are hearing about the center for the first time, let's tell them a bit more about what it is and what it does, bro.
Okay, so Cracks Training Institute is a professional development company. We have various charter certification programs and various professional courses that also have degree equivalence. What brought us here this morning are 2 very important programs which are starting in August. So the Chartered Data Analyst Certification course and then the Certified AI Business Strategy course. So the Certified AI Business Strategy is a
Certified AI Business Strategy course.
Yes.
Wow. Tell me, what's that?
Okay, so that's a new one we are launching.
Super.
Yes, and we've looked at the space. So one of the things that we always try and do is that we always want to run courses that also have proper certifications attached to it. Right. Many times people will do various continuous professional courses and then they don't have anything to show for it. They may have the knowledge, but if their HR asks them to prove that they have done the course,
there is no certification.
So we are always looking for organizations that are doing the courses that we want to do but have proper certification with it. So just like the Chartered Data Analyst Certification course, the Certified AI Business Strategist course is also powered by the Global Academy of Finance and Management from the USA. Okay. So once you finish the course, you can go through the certification process and have a proper certificate to back it.
Nice.
But the argument is that AI is now something that is here.
Yeah.
Everybody must understand some bit of AI. Sometimes we know 1, 2 in AI, and that's our super model.
I mean,
yes, but you have to understand that the way the system works, there are different things that different AI tools for different things, and you have to get the fundamentals of those things. So office productivity, design work, proposal writing, and very importantly, how we also use AI matters. So you have to be conscious to learn the prompt engineering. Some people will open their AI models and then they are writing a whole essay and not instructing the AI well.
Okay.
So as
the prompt engineering aspect
is very, very important. You
have
to understand.
Garbage in,
garbage out. Exactly. Right. So you and I can have the same AI model, but how it benefits us is different. So we are going to look at all those ones, generative AI, AI agents, and how to really make AI beneficial to you as a working professional. And so you are also going to look at the strategy. That's why the title is the strategy professional. So the strategy to how you use AI is very, very important. And that is what lets you get the results that you are supposed to get.
You know, what's the end game? I mean, if anyone is thinking about the practical skill and career benefits this certification will provide them, what assurance can you give them?
So as I said, we are very strong on the practical nature of the courses. So this is more like a 70-30 thing. Of course, you have to know the background of how AI evolved and all those kinds. So you cannot do a course without the theory.
Not at all.
But about 70% of the work is very practical based. We are going to be doing case studies. We are going to be doing project works, all that kind of thing. So
hands-on stuff.
Very, very, very hands-on. Very, very, very hands-on. So it normally runs for 3 months on the weekends, on Saturdays for 3 months, 3 hours a day.
Oh, cool.
So
only
it doesn't,
Saturday,
it doesn't have to worry or work. You can allocate some time to it. Then over the week, you do your practice.
And the damage, what number should we call quick before I bring in Jeffrey? You know, so you want to call quick.
Beautiful. So the number to call quickly is 055 222 22
2217.
Charlie, the number itself has data analysis in it. 055
222 2217. You can call or WhatsApp and then we'll get back to you.
Beautiful. Now,
Exactly.
Jeffrey, you are a recent graduate. Tell me, what program did you take? In which cohort?
So I took the CDA program.
Okay.
That's the Chartered
Data
Data Analyst.
Analytics, and I was in the second cohort.
You be data man, eh?
Yes, but initially I had my training in economics, and then I did marketing.
Okay.
So I'm a marketing consultant.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Marketing is mostly observation and experience at how we do our things.
Sure.
Yes. But with data analytics, I now have to look at the data side. So my example that I give is, or I've been giving an example a lot, but today I want to change it. So my example is, if a huge, retail shop calls me to do a marketing campaign for them, I first have to look at the demography. I don't just come with my experience and observation, but I have to go and look at the data. Where are we losing customers? Where are we losing sales? And then I can then look at the data, look at the demography of people we have to target to increase our sales. Yes. So mostly I look at, the example is matcha. You know matcha? Yeah. You've tried it. Do you like it? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you realize that demography of people who buy matcha are not men.
Yeah.
It is particularly people between the ages of 18 and 35, young women in the universities or just started working.
Yeah.
They are more likely to buy matcha. So you have to advertise or market your product
to that
specific demographic.
Yeah.
Because they are more likely to buy more and come back to buy more. But young men, we buy it once and we're like, what is this?
Long term.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So with data analytics, I'm able to look at this demographic, their purchasing power, look at their rates at which they buy things, and then even where to post these particular things.
Right.
So you realize that they are more likely to see it on social media, that's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Unlike billboards will get you, but you have to also look at who you are targeting
and where they are.
Exactly. So universities and young, yes. So these are the people we target.
I see that. So you would recommend this program?
Absolutely. And one question is also that I get is, what if I don't have any background in tech?
True.
Honestly, the facilitator, yes. So the facilitator that we have, or that they have at Cracks, takes the thing. You can come with no knowledge if you've never even typed on a computer before.
Yeah.
There's this thing that he'll take you through before you realize you know what Excel is, you know how to do your sum, your summation, data valid, you know how to do all of these things.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And then they also teach, it's not just Excel, there's SQL.
Yeah.
Then we also have Power BI for your dashboard. So yes, it's very, very interesting. And also when we're learning, we use real world data.
Yeah.
So you don't come and learn, let's say, something that is obscure or in a box. You come out into the world and you don't know what you're doing. No, it is real life data that we use to.
But the way it's going there, if you're a business leader, you don't know any AI strategy, you're out of business.
Yes. So the courses are two. One is the data analytics course, which is very important, and then the new one, which is the AI strategy. So we are asking people, and very importantly, these courses and the way we've designed them are supposed to make you very efficient at work. So if you are a working professional, you are looking at these courses to improve your productivity, save time, be able to start and finish quickly with the tools available, so that you will be able to, if you are not doing it, your colleagues in the rest of the world are doing it. You are left behind. Exactly. So these are professional qualifications. Once you are in the workforce and you want to improve yourself, you can either come for the Chartered Data Analyst or the Certified AI.
Can you mention the numbers again?
So let me give the numbers of those in the office, so that, because I gave my number earlier. So you can also call 053 934 0600. So 053 934 0600. Yes. Let me say it one last time. 053 934 0600. So
let me ask you to tell us your final word to those who are thinking of enrolling in this particular cohort.
Yes. So I will say, just take the chance and then come and experience something new. And data analytics is the new gold in not just marketing, but all aspects of business and then career.
Right.
Because in everything we do, there is data that we leave behind or that we use to do things.
Yeah.
So it is
and
better
you said
to...
that you also enjoyed the student experience there.
Yes. And then one last, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have.
Come on.
So...
Oh, yeah, philosopher. Philosopher King. Jeffrey Pomier, marketing consultant, recent graduate, chartered data analyst certification program here with Barata Akefie, CEO, Cracks Training Institute. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We wish you all the best.
Thank you for having us.
With your next cohort. And with the heavy rains, flood continues to affect communities. Djibu Ghana is wishing everyone safety. We're encouraging you to take every precaution to protect yourself and your loved ones. The Ministry of Health has advised the public to boil, treat water before you drink, and that's very important. And with the rigorous multi-stage purification process under strict quality standards that Djibu and takes, you will find we have safe, clean and refreshing water for you, so you can drink, use water with confidence. Stay safe and hydrated with Djibu purified water, the trusted choice. Call us now, 020-984-5817. Djibu Ghana, a better life. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, you will discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. You enjoy classic Piva Cola flavor. We have Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available at your local store near you, 0550-032231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. In a short while, I'll be having a quick conversation as the University of Ghana School of Law holds the Distinguished Alumni Lecture tomorrow. How can you be there? Who will be speaking and why must you be there? That conversation is coming up quickly. But there's great news from the Ungalicious Abingwaha promo. It's been extended to the 15th of August 2026, and now participating is even easier. So simply submit 20 Onga powder promo sachets or 20 Onga shrimp tablet promo wrappers, or a mix of the two, 20 of course. Submit them to a redemption center near you. You'll be given a scratch card. Scratch it, it will reveal a unique code. Dial *713*27#. Win instantly. There is over 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes to be won. Cash prizes are up to 200,000 Ghana cedis. Smart TVs, deep freezers, washing machines, kitchen appliances, many more. So hurry while promo lasts. This ends on the 15th of August 2026. Terms and conditions apply. It's 15 minutes to the top of the hour. We take a quick break. When we return, I have Dr. Fafa Delight Agbako and Mr. Kenneth Gate in the studio to discuss the University of Ghana School of Law Distinguished Alumni Lecture. Wait for me.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Ujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
There comes a time in every young guy's life when something changes. The girls in your class, they're not as loud as you thought, and not as annoying either. Wow, their voices sound different now, almost nice, and somehow you actually enjoy spending time with them. You don't know when it happened, you don't know how, but suddenly you're always looking for an excuse to spend time with them. Luckily, some things make it easier.
Kwaku, can I have some of your Manchi chocolate chips cookies?
Start the moments that matter with Munchie chocolate chip cookies and experience the unmistakable crunch of chocolatey joy.
Munchie! This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, not in a traffic is still point, Susa.
Driver, police for insurance.
Hey, my insurance will do on point.
They just arrested someone whose insurance expired last month. Now, dear, last 2 years, you are still going.
Hey, where will I pass? Let me park and now come and wait.
Oh, what's that? You hide. Just walk into the store and get the new Hollard Insure Pack.
Don't be caught wanting. Hollard Insure Pack is now available at select Malcolm stores and Shell shops nationwide. Just pick one app and the shop attendant will give you the instruction manual. Follow the instructions to complete the process. Araba Hollard will instantly send your policy document and insurance sticker straight to your WhatsApp. For more details and inquiries, call 020-546-3696 or 056-111-2777.
Bruh, what's up? Driver, where's your insurance?
Hollard Insure Pack, boss. Bought it at the Malcolm store right there. Instant.
Hey, why lucky for Hollard Insurance?
Hollard Insure Pack. And you're too easy.
Hey, who they blast? We they blast. Hey, who they blast? We they blast. Hey, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth every day and night. Slide the gems and tattoo them. Rise the gems away. Indian gem, go rise them. Russia gem, go rise them. Panama gem, go rise them. Go.
Whatever the gems, brush them away with the new Pepsodent, now in limited edition World Cup packs. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And yes, it's the inaugural edition of the Distinguished Alumni Lecture. University of Ghana School of Law is holding this particular one. It's the first of many to come, aimed at exposing students to its enormous pool of resourceful alumni. His Lordship Justice Dennis Ajay and His Lordship Justice Yoni Kulendi are distinguished speakers for this maiden edition, and that's happening tomorrow. Now, how can you be part? That's why Mr. Kenneth Gata is in the studio with Dr. Fafa Delight Agbeko to give you more information about this. Can I say it's a delight to have you both in the studio?
It's a delight
to be here. Thank you. You're both welcome. So, for starters, I think the University of Ghana Law School has been in the news in recent times for some very, very good reasons. First, you ranked number 1 in the sub-region, the recent times ranking number 6 on the African continent, and then the very recent thing, the Supreme Court's moot court, the students who represented the University of Ghana won. It's a fair, good time, good place to say congratulations to the University of Ghana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you doing differently, and what do these achievements mean? How do they position you in the legal education in Ghana?
Thank you, Caleb. Well, as the premier law school in Ghana, there's always a temptation to assume that the quality continues, but we don't take our position for granted. We continue to strive for excellence in our admission processes, in our teaching and learning environment, the rigor that we require, particularly in recent years, the support we provide our students for these extracurricular activities, which which continue to position us as a strong law school out there. So yes, while we are happy about these developments, we continue to work hard to maintain that position, and we do not take the achievements for granted at all. So it's very good news for us.
Interesting. And you've been in existence for 68 years. This must be the premier law school in Ghana. Is that so?
It is.
Wow. And if you're having an alumni lecture, I can imagine if you're thinking of 68 years being the premier, the pool of resources you have. Can you give us an idea for just... that's not a compulsory question for any marks at all, but if I ask you to give me, some of the very prominent lawyers or judges we've had churn out from the University of Ghana School of Law, how many would you say you can mention without getting into trouble?
So in order to avoid getting into trouble, it would actually be safer not to start mentioning names
at all.
But just, the list is a very tall one.
Yeah.
It's a very tall one.
Yeah, I guess. And so it's a very rich pool of alumni that you're putting. But 68 years, why is it taking this long before we're having this distinguished alumni lecture, It's been long in coming.
Yes, it's been long in coming, but better to do it now than to never do it. Institutions evolve.
I agree.
And so we've come to the point where we realize it's necessary to do this. Although we've churned out quite a number of excellent people who have gone on to achieve great things in the legal profession, we realize that we don't have any formal structure or system in place to keep the connection between the school and the alumni, so that both current students and even alumni themselves can profit from, the network and relationships. And so we thought this is the best time to kickstart that initiative. So this distinguished alumni lecture event is the first of many more to come. And this initiative is also a platform that is meant to be a launch pad, to launch us into the many other things that we are going to be doing going forward. So we are bringing back our alumni via this platform. And at the event tomorrow, Dean Atupare would address us. He would spell out the roadmap for the other things that are yet to come in the coming years. We would inaugurate a proper alumni association, establish one. Not tomorrow though, but in the coming year, we'll soon have an alumni homecoming event. And going forward, we'll be having annual colloquia series as well, which would provide an avenue for people in the legal profession to engage from time to time, learn from each other, talk about pertinent issues that affect the legal profession.
That sounds exciting, but I see that there's a lot of excitement towards the maiden alumni lecture, also because you have very distinguished justices of the Supreme Court coming to address the very maiden one. Tell us a bit about the two eminent judges and some of the topics they'll be discussing.
Thanks. So Justice Dennis, anybody familiar with legal education in the last 15 years would know that he's been an integral part of the legal education landscape, serving as dean of a faculty, long service both for judicial training and at the Ghana School of Law. He would be speaking on the recent legal education reforms. He would be sharing his perspectives on same. Justice Emmanuel Yoni Kulendi would look at perspectives of justice from practice, the bench, and then also with aspects of trust of the people. If you look at Justice Kulendi's long service as a very well-regarded practitioner until his elevation to the Supreme Court, you would soon see that these two distinguished personalities, they are very prime candidates for our maiden distinguished alumni lecture series. I
like that. So is this open to the public? Is everyone invited, or is restricted to some particular audience?
No, it's open to the public. We particularly encourage our alumni to join us there. It's open to the public. We anybody who has a curiosity about the topics can join us in the Law School Auditorium at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
So Sky, we'll be expecting you. You can join. It's open to the public.
Oh yes. I think it's always exciting to hear distinguished personalities within the legal profession talk about law and issues that affect us. And given the lineup of personalities, distinguished jurists who are
His Lordship Justice Dennis Ajay.
Dennis Ajay is an authority in many respects, interpretation and land law, as we do know it.
His Lordship Justice Yoni Kulendi.
He's sitting on the Supreme Court, and Justice Yoni Kulendi for so many years was an advocate who you mostly heard on radio and in the courtrooms, impacting public policy and the law as enforced.
We had him in the studio a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Very, I mean, these are minds you aspire to want to, attain something.
So they'll be speaking tomorrow at the maiden distinguished alumni lecture at the University of Ghana School of Law.
Yes.
What's the time for the alumni lecture, and where exactly will it be?
Okay, so 3 p.m. at the University of Ghana School of Law auditorium.
Right.
Yeah. And so let me also add at this point, talking of the invitation question, it will be streamed on social media as well, on our social media handles.
Right.
Yes, so those who cannot make it in person,
we can join online.
Join online as well.
That's a good one.
So then you might ask, if I can join online, why do I have to come all the way?
Yeah.
Well, you get to be in the same space with these distinguished jurists. Other justices of the Supreme Courts will be there. They are all alumni.
Yeah.
So you now understand why it was important for me to avoid mentioning names specifically.
Yeah.
Now, the event is going to be in 2 parts. The second part, which is the cocktail and networking session, unfortunately will not be available online. So
we can't do digital refreshment.
You can't do digital networking. So if you come in person after the first part, which is the lecture, then would go on to the second part, the cocktail networking session. You can approach our alumni. You can talk to them. Heads of law firms will be present. Side justices.
So great networking opportunity.
Good. Excellent opportunity.
I know Mr. Kenneth Gatti loves Wache because he's written about Wache, used Wache to explain the budget and economy. But I'm sure this refreshment there, Wache no good.
Wache no
good.
It's a
little chops or finger food.
No, it's legal refreshment. Legal refreshment.
Yeah, all right.
Oh man, I like this. No, but finally, Doc and Mr. Gatti, for those who are listening who are curious about legal education or a career in same, what advice would you give their parents whose wards have expressed interest, or people who are doing the listening, they are considering path in legal in the legal profession? What would be your advice to anyone dreaming of same?
Well, with the opening up of the access in recent times, there's an opportunity for more people to take up legal education. And so, investigate your options. The University of Ghana School of Law is always the premier choice here in Ghana. So think about us at the top of your list. That's what I would say.
Nice one. Dr. Fafa, what would you say?
And then also be psychologically prepared. Yes, okay. So be psychologically prepared because the law requires some devotion. Okay, so just be prepared.
The law is jealous.
It's a jealous mistress.
It's a good place.
Yes, so even as you're prepared to come and study law, just psych yourself up. Tell yourself, I'm going to make the time to do the reading. And once you do that, you'll be fine.
Skywise, some memories are flashing back.
People think law is difficult, but that is not the issue. It just requires devotion.
Dog with the greatest. This one is a trap.
Somebody say, hey!
You can't be devoted, no, it's all right. You can't complain to say, no, this one.
It was fun. It was great having you in the studio, Mr. Kenneth Gatti. Thank you so much. And Dr. Fafa Delight Agbeko, we wish you the very best with your distinguished alumni lecture happening tomorrow at 3 p.m., correct?
Yes.
3 p.m.
Please.
University of Ghana School of Law Auditorium.
Beautiful.
Richard Sky says you'll be there.
Yes, I will look at my diary. I'll talk to you and see. I want to associate myself with the school.
It's very important.
And it will really be great. I'll see how I can move a few things around. And,
absolutely.
See what that might
so
be.
Thank you so much. We wish you the very best of luck with this program. It's top of the hour. So thank you for doing the listening. Now Oyo Korte will be in the studio to take you through Brunch in the City. My name is Caleb Kudos here with the team. Have a fruitful day.